to be indoors with them, too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Is the cost of finishing the basement worth the benefit of some peace and quiet?
When questions find you, Merrill Edge Self-Directed Investing can help you find answers with personalized planning tools and insights to help you get where you want to go, even if it's just downstairs. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/withinreach to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated. Registered broker-dealer, member SIPC. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
At a Friday party, it shall be. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. The wind is going to cut right through you today, so curl up, stay inside, ask Alexa to play 97.5 The Fanatic. Get out your app. Watch us on twitch.tv and YouTube and just hang out with us all day here on The Fanatic. We will keep you warm. Bob is warm despite any reports to the contrary. Bradford White Water Heaters brings you the 6 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. Bradford White here for the pro, and you're going to need the hot water this morning. I can promise you that. As we get rolling here, are you easily fooled? I don't know my coworkers here that well yet, but I can tell you this. I'll raise my hand. I know that those who love me have told me over and over again how easily I am fooled. I am a horrible judge of character. I may be the worst judge of character of anyone that I've ever known. And sometimes I listen to words, get immediately smitten with the message, and I believe the messenger to be all about what they're selling me on. Too often, they end up being just words. I get egg on my face. And honestly, today, from the NovaCare complex, I don't want to be manipulated. I want Nick Sirianni to be a huge success. What I need to remember today, though, is that the wins and losses don't count until next fall. You don't go to the playoffs because you win an introductory press conference. So, Nick, if you're listening this morning, and I think you are, be yourself. And please, mean what you say what you mean. Just that alone would be a welcome difference from the old regime. And that's where we begin the John Kincade Show on this Friday morning with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. The absolute worst judge of character. There's never been, God never created someone worse than myself as a judge of character.
Yeah, you don't think I'm warm.
I get fooled all the time by people. Like, I constantly get fooled. I do not judge character well. And today I'm going to listen to this press conference. And Bob, I already know what I'm going to feel. He killed it. Man, he killed it. I could run through a wall for that guy. I get fooled by words. I get fooled by the show. Yeah, far too often. Far too often.
Wow.
I am not a skeptic by nature. By nature, I'm not.
So when you're fooled, it's normally towards the good.
Oh, it's always towards the good.
Okay, so
always
you see the best
in
people right off the bat.
Always to the good.
I think I'm the exact opposite. Whereas I look for the bad. Not that I find it, but I look for the fault more than I am taken by the good, maybe?
I always look at it as, and Jamie, get involved here, is the idea that I guess I want to believe that there's an inherent good in people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to think someone's trying to screw me over. And my wife is more like Bob. She always says, John, you're a fool. You're letting people con you.
You got to listen to Miss Rhonda here at the studio. Everything's a scam.
See, she believes that.
Yeah,
yes.
She does. And
there you go.
I think I'm in the middle of you two.
Okay.
I want to believe in the good and everything, but I do look out for the scam and you know the evil in the world. But today, I mean, what the hell are we going to? We're not going to learn anything.
You're not that excited?
I'm curious to see what his personality is, but I don't think we're really going to learn much today. I think this is a rehearsed act we're about to see.
I want Pat Egan to share my enthusiasm. Pat,
You're not going to get it.
It's like I am so excited to hear this man speak. I want to hear if he commands a room. I want to hear if he's enthusiastic. I want to hear how he answers on the fly when someone asks him a question, Pat. That doesn't move you at all?
Not in the slightest. And the big reason why is because the last guy botched his interview and he ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I take zero stock into whatever Nick Sirianni says. I take more stock in the fact that he had to be coached as to what to say for the past 4 days.
Longer than that. Really? I mean, it's actually longer than that. If you talk about it, it's 8 days ago. We came in last Friday doing a show knowing Nick Sirianni was the head coach.
Yeah.
So he's had 8 days to prepare. That's Zoom meetings. That's notes. Yeah. That's coach him up sessions.
You're really excited.
I'm excited to hear from him, yes.
Excited is too big a word for me. I think Jamie had a good word. I'm curious. I'll watch it. I'm not going to not listen to. I'm going to watch the whole thing, see how he is. I won't make total judgment, but I will come away with some bullet points, probably.
I'm just trying to get a vibe for who he is. Like, I don't think we're going to learn anything about who he is as a coach. I'm just curious, like, what's he all about as a dude?
Who hurt you people? I mean, it's like I am so excited.
Chip Kelly hurt us.
Yes. Yeah, but the weird thing is from the very beginning, I knew with Chip Kelly.
Well,
absolutely knew it.
Down where you were, you had the same manager for like 62 years.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So like coaching changes to us is like changing our underwear. It's not that exciting.
I guess it's the idea that this is hope.
John, the longest tenured coach here has been here a year and 2 months. Like, this is just another part of the day, a coach being introduced. It's just saying, different team, whatever, see what happens.
How much do you listen to messaging, folks? If you'd like to get a call in early today, you may at 610-632-0975. We love it when you get interactive with us. The idea of us learning anything today, there's going to be some tells today. We're going to learn some things about Nick Sirianni. We have to learn something. Someone's going to ask a question about his offensive philosophy and say, do you plan on bringing the principles that you had with Frank Reich over here from Indianapolis?
Sure.
Well, I'm going to look at the talent first and see what we have. No, we could go an hour with learning nothing. We could. And I almost lean towards expecting that.
Wow.
Yeah.
See,
that's how you're coached up here. You're coached up to go in front of people and talk for 20, 25 minutes and say nothing.
I'm expecting fully to learn nothing today. Nothing.
You guys.
I'm expecting cookie cutter answers and exactly what Bob said. I need to get in there and learn about the team and the players. And
Jamie, are these guys are they the glass half empty people? Which isn't, by the way, you can't be half empty, just so everyone knows. There is no such thing. Are these the guys that just set expectations low going in so that way they're not disappointed? Because I always get disappointed. So I need to set my expectations lower.
I think, yes. Bob does look for the good, but he's guarded in doing it.
I'm a realist. Egan's a curmudgeon. I'm a realist.
See, I consider myself a realist. I do too,
but I lean optimistic.
I can't believe I'm so excited.
Like I don't want to come out of today going, oh, I love this Nick Sirianni. What an A. And then week one, he, punts to start the game, and I'm like, why did I get myself into this guy?
Going into it the way we do lends us to overreact to if he does come out and say, hey, here's how I'm playing. This is what I'm doing. My offensive philosophy is this, and if Wentz isn't in tune with it, screw him, he's out. Like, if he comes out that way, cool. then we're all going to be like, all right.
Do you remember,
whoa.
Egan, do you remember Joe Judge's first press conference? I thought it was cartoonish.
It was a hardo act.
It was like, I'm Billy Big Balls, and I'm a Philly guy, and I'm tough, and we're gonna be old school.
Yeah, but now we know that actually, he's stuck with that gimmick.
Yeah, and guess what? He's pushing that gimmick to the hill.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful.
I mean, and I do not want that today. If Nick Sirianni comes out and tries too hard, then I'm going to be going, man, this just really bums me out.
Part of the coaching up, I believe, is it should be, if it's not, is the PR people saying, look, I don't know how much time you spent in Philly. You ain't fooling anybody. You're not fooling the media. You're not fooling the fans. You're not fooling anybody. So be as real as you can be and take it from there.
What is your initial thought? If you'd like to get a thought in with us, you can at 610-632-0975. We will have some FU money today coming your way at 8 o'clock, so make sure that you were here for that. And we got a Sixers game Sixers and the T-Wolves tonight at 8 o'clock. The first-place team in the Eastern Conference, your Sixers tonight.
How about that?
Right here on The Fanatic. In Cooney's Corner, well, he's not going to let something go from yesterday's show.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Love this.
So, behind-the-scenes tale here, all right? Pat Egan, and you guys are my witnesses, screamed at me yesterday.
And then he bought you lunch.
Yeah, and you guys know, and everybody out there doesn't know, but I love Pat Egan. I love his passion like crazy.
Right.
But he was going off on Joe Kerrigan, and all I did was question him, like, Joe Kerrigan, where'd that come from? And then he started yelling at me about defending Joe Kerrigan. I wasn't defending Joe Kerrigan. I was just asking a question. I couldn't believe a 12-year-old Pat Egan hated a Phillies pitching coach so much.
Yeah.
14.
But I loved it. I mean, I loved it. It was hysterical.
Size of a 12-year-old, but he was like 17.
So I like, as we're putting notes together last night, it never left me. I told everybody I knew that Pat was on Joe Kerrigan hate hill. So, you know, that's kind of inconsequential, you would think, especially to a 14-year-old.
Right.
Pitching coach?
He's on nobody.
So who's an inconsequential athlete coach through your years as Philadelphia fans that you just couldn't stand, and there was really no reason for it?
You couldn't stand him.
Couldn't, and I have one, and it's way, way back, and people are going to roll their eyes.
I want to hear it.
So there was a reserve guard on the 76ers when they were full of superstars. I couldn't stand Henry Bibby.
Why?
I don't know.
Henry Bibby?
My dad used to get so mad. I was like 10 years old, and I'm like, I hate that guy. He's like, why? He plays like 8 minutes a game. I'm like, I hate him.
Now, you've met Mike, right? You met his son, right? And at some time, crossing paths with?
Probably,
Coach,
somewhere, yeah.
Coaching and everything like that?
Yeah.
Jamie, have anybody like a inconsequential hate like that? Somebody like that gets your goat like that?
The one that used to really just irritate me was Reno Mahe.
Really?
Yeah.
Just bothered
That's
you.
good.
I think he's waving at somebody right now.
That's really good.
He just irked me. I don't have good reasoning for it other than I didn't think he was very good, and I thought he was kind of BYU pipelined into the system. I was just like, yeah, he really annoys me.
Pat?
Oh, I mean, mine was Joe Kerrigan, obviously.
Well, another one. You got another
Yeah, I
one.
mean, I could do a whole show on the people that just annoyed the hell out of me.
The name I'm going to say is going to make you cry, though. It's going to make someone in this room is going to go, what? I can't believe you're saying it. As a manager and more importantly, as a coach, Larry Bowa.
Did you know that? Hey, Egan just whispered it in my ear while you were. Yeah.
No, I guessed it.
How did you guess out of everything, Larry Bowa?
I'm really intelligent. I don't
Larry
look it, but I'm
Bowa
here.
as a coach.
Really?
Drove me freaking nuts. Didn't know his place. Did not know his place. Ran his mouth. Did radio interviews left and right. Constantly yammering. When you are a baseball position coach, or you are a bench coach, or you are a third base coach, shut up.
Wow.
Those are your two words in your job. Shut up. It's not supposed to be sharing everything that's going on and talking about players in the clubhouse. You're the third base coach, or you're the bench coach. The person who speaks for the team is the manager.
It's time for you to shut the up.
And that should have
Larry
been
is
on the
now
job.
a former friend of the
By
show.
the way, no. Larry Bowa, legend. But as a manager, yes, you do the talking. As a player, you can talk all you want, and he did.
Yeah.
He's a legend. But as a bench coach, or as a third base coach, or as a no, seen and not heard.
Yeah, isn't it funny how you could go back through the years and just pick out players who didn't really mean much to the team at all, but they just great. Like Reno Mahe is a great one.
I couldn't stand Robert Ashe.
Robert Ashe?
Robert Ashe,
just
I thought.
bothered you that much?
It was his neck
was that
beard?
a bad goal?
It was the fact that
bad
he
goal
would,
here, left or right? Or
yeah, he would face like 20 shots a game, and he'd give up 2 of them. And Flyers fans would be like, Robert Ashe is the man. I'm like, he sucks. He's terrible.
Backup goalies have gotten some play in this town.
Oh yeah, well it was
Over
the
time.
thirst to get that franchise goalie that any goalie that showed up, Nitamaki, and be like, this guy's great, and he wasn't that good.
Nitamaki hockey.
Hey, this update brought to you by the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, where I have been cashing winners all week long. Download at parkscasino.com/PA and use promo code FANATIC. And let it be said, so we are always fair, I was very impressed with Carter Hart last night.
I was thinking of you during the game.
I was very impressed, and those who know me know I love hockey, and I'm enjoying being back in the Flyers fold. I really enjoy. Last night, he was so, as I like to say with a goaltender, structurally sound. He was in perfect position all night long, not overcommitting at any time. He was exquisite last night.
And Jamie will tell you.
And the
so
only
will
goal
Pat.
was a cheapie.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
Well, I don't know what Gostisbehere was doing there. Gostisbehere was horrible last night. But I say the way you just described him, I'm not kidding you. You can ask Pat and Jamie, is exactly what I love about him. There's not great saves. There's not kick saves like, goalies, Bernie Pront back in the day.
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
He is just there. And I think as an opponent, it would be so aggravating that you think you have something, but you rarely do.
He was so, and I always use that. I always use that with any goalie that I ever had.
Yeah.
I would just say, I want you to be structurally sound. I don't need you to make the dramatic. I don't want you to be flopping all over the place.
Yeah, his positioning is always on point.
Well, he was
He's
had some trouble the last few.
Yes, but all of last year,
gosh,
and his calmness between the pipes, like he never gets rattled. He always can get himself back.
He
to
was
that.
perfect. That should have been a shutout last night.
That was that was such a weird. It seemed like they were playing on a pond, like over in Cooper River.
Yes.
Or something. The ice was horrible. Guys lost their edge all night. The puck was rolling everywhere.
It was Jersey. It was Jersey. It's that Jersey
That's
water.
why I used the Cooper
Jersey
River
water.
reference.
That's what they were doing.
I know that two of them scored goals last night.
Yes.
But they went into this game with Gostisbehere, Gustafsson, and some dude named Prosser, and they ended up winning the game mostly because of Carter Hart. By the way, they had 2 shots in the second period. 2.
Oh, yeah. At one point, it was 24-7.
I saw your tweet, which was like, that isn't ideal or something.
It's really not a good move.
It was the end of the first period. I think from the time the goal was scored, they went a long period of time where they weren't. It was crazy.
Ovechkin gets that in 1 period.
Hey, Chuck is calling us from the shower, so I know what this means. Good morning, Chuck, and to your lovely lady next to you. How are you?
I'm good. How's everybody?
Good, buddy.
I am really excited about Nick Sirianni. I don't want to feel like I'm behooved. I don't want to feel like, we're just being led around a merry-go-round, and I feel like everybody feels like that. So I hope we get the true guy, because if he doesn't, Philadelphia is going to eat his lunch.
See, that is the problem. Chuck, that is the problem, is he prepared for what he's about to face? He's a New Yorker, right? He's a New Yorker, right? So, I mean, it's not like he comes from some area of the country that doesn't understand that fans are going to be tough.
I don't know. I've met New Yorkers and I've met Philadelphians, and New Yorkers got a lot to learn from Philadelphians about being tough.
Oh, yeah. I like to hear that, Chuck.
Chuck, I got to ask, loofah? The loofah with the liquid soap?
Actually, I have a giant lemon bar soap right now. I don't like the loofahs. I don't like
So you don't like the loofah?
Not a loofah.
I'm a bar guy. I like the, Rob, what's that one soap that we like? Oatmeal soap. I like the oatmeal soap, and I like the lemon bar soap, and I use Dove shampoo.
Okay, Dove shampoo, good. I'm just trying to line up sponsors for this call every week, Chuck. So this is great.
And, really quick, and I know it's not going to happen, but really, I would like for something about the quarterback. It would be nice.
It would be nice.
They scripted it, and they're going to say something. It would be nice, because we all need to know something. We're sitting here just shooting it back and forth to each other. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I saw a mock draft where they were talking about us getting Justin Fields, and I'm like, come on, man.
Well, thank you, Chuck, and take care of yourselves in the shower there.
So to speak.
Enjoy.
Yes, he likes his oatmeal scrub. He likes to exfoliate.
Okay.
It's good skincare.
Bar soap, though?
It skeeves me.
There's nothing sexy about bar soap.
If you're the only one using it, though, and you have your own container, it's okay.
Yeah.
No.
It lasts a lot longer, too.
Do you remember do you remember on Friends? With the bar
Yeah, the last place you wash in the first place. Yeah.
Joey and Chandler were, did you use my soap? He goes, yeah. I ran out. And he goes, the last place I clean, and think about the last place I clean and the first place you clean. It's like, you can't use bar soap.
Yeah.
It's terrible for you.
I'm just saying it's cheaper than the shower gel.
Yeah, but you feel like
you feel
waxy.
I will.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just defending bar soap people for a second.
If push comes to shove, we'll go to Costco and I'll buy you some liquid soap.
I have liquid soap. I'm a liquid soap man. I'm just saying.
Everybody in my family has like their own liquid soap.
Why?
Yeah.
Because they don't share, because they're weird. Like, my wife has her own.
Wait a minute. They carry buckets in like they're in the dorms?
They pretty much. No, not buckets, but I mean, they have them,
Like a shower caddy?
in the kids' shower, yeah. Like the boys, maybe two of the boys share their body wash, but no, Donna has her own, Jenna has her own.
Oh, my God.
Bobby has his own, and then I do whatever
There's
I do.
different scents and stuff.
Yeah,
I get it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, during this time of year, you got to use something that's very moisturizing because honestly, I feel like the Gilla man.
Here, you need some lotion?
Oh, yeah, it's terrible, man. I'll even take some of that. Look at that. Whoops,
bad
there we
pass.
go. There we go. This is good stuff too, man.
Yeah, I got it in my stocking.
You did? See that nice? Look at that. Look at we lubricate up right here on the show, see?
We have
what I
to.
like
With
to
this
say.
weather,
Rubs
we have
the
to.
lotion
on its skin. Or
Yes,
else
that's
it
what
gets
you
the
do.
hose again.
Get in there. Nice and deep.
There you go. Right, yeah, rub that in. It really works.
Get into the
This is great
crevices.
for radio too. It's great.
Yeah.
Rubbing in lotion is great for radio though. So yeah, you got to do the liquid soap. And you don't. By the way, do not do. If you are not a 14-year-old boy, you do not do the soap shampoo combo liquid soap. They have that now.
Oh,
that doesn't
that doesn't apply to me.
They now, Jamie, I'm sorry to be looking. I'll look at you, Egan, when I say that. Yes, they now have soap, the body wash that's also shampoo.
Yeah, I bought it.
No, you haven't.
I bought
What's
it.
wrong with that?
I didn't
Preserve
say,
your hair.
I didn't say I used it for shampoo,
Because
but
you know
I bought
what?
it.
He wants to have. Egan's got a great head of hair. He wants to have a great head of hair when he's my age. So how do you preserve it? You don't do that to your hair. You don't use something harsh and nasty on your hair like that.
You have put more thought into soap and shampoo over the last minute and a half than I have my whole life.
Are washcloths still a thing?
I don't use washcloths.
Washcloths, yeah, they're still a thing.
Let me. How much?
I didn't even buy them for the apartment.
How much do you pay for shampoo? Because you strike me as a guy that gets bougie shampoo.
Yes, bougie shampoo.
So how much? How much we talking? Ballpark.
I feel
He's
like
uncomfortable.
I feel like I'm in a presidential debate.
Well, I'll tell
because
I'll
I can't
start
tell you
off.
because I can't tell you because I've never bought it.
Oh my!
Christina buys it, and then
She's such a kept man.
I swear to you, like she'll buy it for me. I literally take a picture of I need more hair gel. I take a picture, she gets it, and it's there. And like the
hair gel,
the bathroom fairies come and pick it up.
That's the stuff you put in right before you leave.
Product
like,
right before you leave because I've never used a hair dryer. And
aren't those for girls?
I think so. I've always thought that, not to be sexist, but I've thought that. I would sense Coach at one time in his life used a hairdryer.
When the mullet was going well, I'll bet you Coach did
you
too.
Had to, you had to use a hairdryer at some point.
Frosted Tips in the 90s, Coach?
You had a hairdryer at some point.
I did, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. My brother used a hairdryer at some point. Like
A long
there's
time
people.
ago.
You were like when you were singling on the prowl, and now you're singling on the prowl again.
Yeah,
you're not prowling though. You're very disappointed with how
He's always prowling.
No, his prowling skills are not good right now.
They prowl him.
We're gonna believe me. We're gonna do it maybe this summer. An edition of Coach the Bachelor.
Okay, I'm in.
We'll do this.
He may need our help, and
Yeah,
you got to take the Taylor Swift poster down into the office.
No, you just don't let him. Right now they've put
That's
him
a
in.
detriment.
Right now they've stuck the Coach in the Crypt Keeper's room.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets kicked out for someone. He has like. I would literally, if they said that to me, I said I can't come to work. I can't come to work in the room that they've put him.
Well, he's got a nice office going up now. So,
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Right next to us.
Yes, exactly. Right next to our lounge.
Yeah, we didn't have to pay a high lot premium being right next to Coach. We got one of the lower lot premiums being right next to him. 610-632-0975. There are two other people that Jamie Lynch would rather hear from than Nick Sirianni. And we'll get to those next. This is the John Kincade Show. You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic.
New year, new sportsbook. Get to know BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, by winning $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Sixers-Timberwolves game tonight and your team wins. Just sign up, use the bonus code PATEGAN100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Then you bet with confidence all year long with BetMGM's innovative parlay selection features, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and much more. Last night, they had a boosted odds special for Flyers, the hockey game last night, each team scoring in the first period. It was easy money. Download the app today or go to BetMGM.com, and when you do, use the bonus code PATEGAN100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager a $1 moneyline wager on the Sixers-Timberwolves game tonight and your team wins. This year, enjoy your favorite sports more than ever. Sign up with BetMGM today. BetMGM Sports, in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Harris drives on Caruso, hangs, fires, shoots, and makes it with 2.4 to go.
Sixers, Wolves, tonight at 8 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Corona, official partner of the 76ers.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. January is Owner Appreciation Month. My uncle's family, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, showing their thanks with unbelievable deals to start the new year. Like, you ready? Discounts up to $12,000 on new vehicles. Save thousands. Make no payments until spring. That's right. Start the new year with a new vehicle and no car payments. Plus, get 0% APR financing for 6 years. The uncles and family, Uncle Greg and Uncle Paul, they have made it easier than ever to buy. You can complete the entire car buying process online from the comfort of your home. Just shop, click, and drive. Choose at-home delivery like a pizza or curbside pickup. If you'd rather go to the dealership, they make that easy and safe too. To schedule an appointment, they will take care of the rest. With safety precautions they've got in place, you can shop with peace of mind. Call, click, or go visit the uncles in the Philadelphia Airport Auto Mall. Remember, at Family Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you're more than a customer, you're family. Happy New Year from the uncles, and see the uncles for details. The offer expires February 1st, 2021.
I'm Brian Westbrook, and going from the football life to the farm life wasn't easy. But here's a switch that was. Godshaw's Turkey Bacon. 80% less fat, but 100% real smoked bacon delicious. It's turkey bacon for folks that love pork bacon. Classic, uncured, maple, or fully cooked. Godshaw's Turkey Bacon. Make the switch today. Get Godshaw's at Acme, ShopRite, Walmart, Sam's Club, and Redner's. Real meat, real wood smoked, real delicious bacon.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sure thing. We can help you replace those wipers. If yours are squeaking or streaking, it's probably time. We've got a wide selection of wipers that can stand up to any weather, including the right ones for your make and model. We've even got more ways to get them fast, like our next-day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Assurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a soap opera star.
Gracious me, my car has storm damage and I've had to file a claim. Could it possibly get worse? Will my claims team leave me for someone else? Someone less intense?
No. Actually, when you file a claim with Geico, you get your own dedicated claims team who promises to stay with you throughout the process.
Oh, I've never known such loyalty. I can't wait for the second season.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. How can I make the most of waiting for my next big vacation?
Translate your questions into goals by investing with Merrill Edge Self-Directed. It's more accessible than you think, with helpful planning tools plus free online stock and ETF trades, so you can keep practicing your pronunciation. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/withinreach to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated. Registered broker-dealer, member SIPC. Other fees may apply. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Hindsight is 20/20, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job, your career. Yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Cos. Listen, with football playoffs winding down, it's time to get started on your New Year's resolution of finally losing that extra COVID fat. Don't spend another year struggling, since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's highly successful program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. You're not sure if you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You also get the doctor's personal email and phone number with locations close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. Don't want to leave your home? NJ Diet is also available with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to NJDiet.com and lose the weight for good. That's NJDiet.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
How's your Friday morning going? We appreciate you spending as much time as you can with the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. Hanging out with you every single morning. Thanks to those of you who are on the at twitch.tv and on our YouTube channel, and those streaming at 97.5 The Fanatic and also on the app. A lot of people streaming every day, and we appreciate you just keeping it on. Tell the boss that you're doing something else that's productive while you're hanging out with us. There's a lot coming up on the show, including I believe a controversial topic before the top of the hour regarding somebody who wants out. Yeah, Pat demanded to management that he get moved to another show. But before we get to that, in the linchpin, I'm waiting for Nick Sirianni to talk. And instead, Jamie Lynch is obsessed with hearing from two other people.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, Nick Sirianni will be cool today. It'll be good to know a little bit about him and, But
there's a but here. I knew this.
I'd much rather hear from either Jeffrey Lurie or Howie Roseman. I want to hear what the hell happened this offseason. I want them to answer questions. Like, Nick Sirianni is a product of their moves and their decision to hastily fire a coach in between a first and second exit interview for the season. There's a way more questions I have for those two than I have for Nick Sirianni. Not to put down the Sirianni thing, but I'd much rather see Howie Roseman squirming up there behind a microphone, getting the tough questions than Nick Sirianni.
Now, usually Jeffrey Lurie does his State of the Union address at the beginning of training camp in July. Has he ever done an exit interview as an owner? There's not many owners that do.
No, he probably hasn't.
Arthur Blank does in Atlanta.
He did when they got rid of Andy Reid, I believe, or when they decided to keep Reid. He did do one, I do remember, after a season. I think it was when they kept
Kelly,
Reid.
they did.
Yeah. I agree with Jamie, though. Like, Howie, you got a lot of explaining to do. Like, this organization is really in a tumbler right now. So I understand why they're going to stay away, because of that. This organization's screwed up. I agree with Jamie. I wish they would have gotten out in front of this. Boom, here I am, and then here's our new head coach.
Well, usually in the offseason, Pat, you do hear from a general manager in regards to plans for the Senior Bowl draft and things like that, right?
Yeah, I think for my own sanity, though, I don't want to hear from them. Because
What do you mean?
Whatever they say is going to piss me off. They have never once instilled much confidence. It's me, the fan. And most of the time when they talk, it annoys me because it's them justifying bad selections, bad picks, and bad decisions and trying to convince themselves that those decisions were good.
Jamie, isn't there an admiration, though, for the fact that you actually get behind a microphone and hold yourself accountable publicly?
Yes.
I mean, you get some credit for that.
Yes.
Pat doesn't want to hear it, and I understand.
I understand the frustration that comes with it, but absolutely.
But I respect it.
And look, if Mr. Laurie Jeffrey, if he wants to be more hands-on with the organization, which I think he has been since the Super Bowl, that means you gotta stand up there and answer the questions too.
I
can't have it both ways, right?
Exactly. And one of the things is that I'm going to try to approach this differently than I have in my career. I'm trying to give these guys a blank slate.
Sure.
Since I've just come home, I'm trying to give a blank slate here where I'm
Fresh
not
start.
judging them on exactly what's going on here. So, I mean, I'm trying to judge this thing a little bit. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. Let's put it this way. I'm disappointed that everybody's not as enthused as I am.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
It's funny.
I feel bad. Like, you really pointed it out. Yeah.
All three, I really thought one of you guys was going to be excited as I am. I feel like an idiot.
No,
honestly,
you shouldn't.
I feel like
you shouldn't like an idiot.
Well, I think we're just beaten down.
Yeah, we are. Like, I'll watch it today.
The thing is, I've rooted for the same fan base as you guys forever.
Yeah.
But I guess on a day-to-day basis, I wasn't beaten over the head with it like you guys.
Like, how will you watch it today? You'll be in the apartment?
I'll make sure that I see it. I'll stream it or whatever. I got to see it.
Yeah, see, I'll be laying on the couch with my head up with the remote in my hand like, all right, what's this guy got to say?
Another new coach.
Yeah, right? I mean, I think we all will besides
Hey,
Sean.
if Howie Roseman was having a press conference today, though, I'd be front and center.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like that's where I'm sitting up. My head's not on a pillow.
Right.
I'm sitting up.
So let me confess here, and this might shock you. I might not even watch it live because Friday's a big nap time for me.
Nap day?
Yeah, it's nap day.
Why? Because you want to stay up late?
Yeah, I try to normalize myself a little bit for the weekend.
King in his kingdom.
You're failing on the normalization part. That's all I'm going to tell you. Because if this is normal.
So I might actually watch it after I wake up.
I won't watch it at all.
See,
I will follow it on Twitter.
This is mind-boggling to me because you can't follow something on Twitter.
You can.
No, you can't.
The beat writers will live tweet the you-know-what out of this, and I'll just get the cliff notes.
They will, but the problem is the beat writers will spin it. Because everybody has a spin.
Well, they can't on Twitter. It's just quotes.
Yeah, I disagree.
But they quote strategically, and they quote out of context. All the time.
Your bashing of reporters is getting annoying to me.
No. It's not a bashing of reporters.
Yes,
it's an idea that, first of all, you don't have to, when you tweet a quote of somebody, you have taken it out of context. By definition, you have taken a quote out of context because you're tweeting it in, 280 characters. You're not giving context. You're not giving that. That's not journalism. That's tweet.
Oh, I'm not saying
that's
it's
Twitter.
journalism.
No, that's what I'm saying is that's why it's not. That's why I do believe there's always an agenda with what you tweet out. What does a reporter tweet out? Something that's going to tantalize people.
He comes
get
out and
people
says
to do.
Carson Wentz is my starter, and we'll look at Jalen Hurts during practice, and I tweet that out. I don't have an agenda. That's what he said. It's facts.
Okay, facts.
I mean, if you're quoting somebody, I don't think there's an agenda. You're quoting what they said.
You can take a quote. Though,
I know
Bob.
what you're saying.
Bob, there could be 10 things. There could be 10 things said in a soundbite, and I can take one piece out of it, and I can depict you one way, and I can depict you another way. Bob could say, "Oh man, I had a miserable experience yesterday, and we went to lunch at this place." And Pat Egan was nice enough to pay. I could tweet, Pat Egan bought everybody lunch. We found out in the press conference Pat Egan bought everybody lunch. Bob had a miserable experience at lunch.
Well,
Another
he
reporter
did.
could say.
He did.
And it's like, there's, when you tweet out first of all, I don't like Twitter and journalists together. I like the fine work of the journalists. And by the way, this is a kick-ass town, Bob. This is a...
I'm not even sure what a tweet is, but it wasn't a good tweet.
We've got guys in this town that I have tons of respect for, but I don't like the Twitter journalism. Like, to me, it's not meant for journalism. Twitter.
Yeah, I don't... I've never considered... Look, journalism to me is obviously factual, and then it's your art form of writing.
Yes.
There's no art. There's nothing journalistic about somebody saying something and me copying it down and sending it out. I don't think any journalist out there would say that that's journalism. No.
It's like Bob Cooney puts out a tweet and says, the Sixers road trip was a mess, and here's the link to my column where I write about it. That, to me, is great. That's great. I don't like it when I'm getting there's nothing worse. Twitter and journalists with the 3 incompletions by Carson Wentz in minicamp.
Oh, yeah,
It's the biggest load of crap. It's crap. It's just let me tell you, I'm here, because that's what they're first tweeting. I'm here. Just want you to know I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It's Twitter timeline foreplay.
I mean, it's the worst.
I know what you're saying, and I think for the most part, with press conferences, I think it's different, though. I think for the most part, the journalists here do a really good job, the beat writers. I, too, find it very annoying during training camp when your entire timeline is flooded with the same meaningless pass completion in practice. And I agree with you. It's frustrating, and they probably are justifying, hey, I'm here.
Yes, it's I'm here. Just want you to know I'm standing on the sideline here. So I've got the insight, so trust my opinions.
Yeah, there's a line between are you informative or are you just I'm here-ish?
I'm here-ish.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not... Yeah,
I got you derailed. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. You didn't. I understand exactly what you're saying.
But Jamie, though, is right. Is that if it was Jeffrey Lurie... If you told me TV A has Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman and TV B has Nick Sirianni...
Yeah, you're going at
I'd figure I got a chance to hear Nick Sirianni talk about. I'll watch that one second.
Yeah,
I'm watching live. This one.
Yeah, I would love for Howie to come out and say something.
I would love to see him get the screws turned to him in a press conference and just watch him squirm up there.
Okay, by the way,
is that sick?
Am I wrong to say that I don't believe he's been horrible when put in those situations?
No, he handles himself fairly well.
I think he handles himself fairly well.
Yeah, I do.
And sometimes people make
He's a smart guy.
Yes.
For all of that.
Yes. And sometimes, though, the words ring shallow and empty. The way that they're presented. But
you want to be quarterback factory.
But again, I admire people who sit behind a microphone and get up there and take it.
Look, they're sexy, right?
Are you listening, Carson Wentz? Are you listening?
He talked yesterday. Come on, John.
No,
he did.
Wait till if Carson's listening right now. I can't wait for the top of the hour, and I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening, because guess what? I'm talking. I'm talking, so you're not going to want to miss that. Hey, if you're driving less, you could be saving more on car insurance. Save money with pay-per-mile insurance from Allstate. Call a local Allstate agent today and get a quote. Jamie Lynch didn't save me yesterday, but he did come to my assistance slightly.
You missed the worst turn in the tri-state area.
There's one turn.
Yeah.
That if you miss that turn,
you're screwed.
I drove 38 miles out of my way, round trip, to correct the mistake.
Pat and Bob have a similar story on that road.
I got onto the Northeast Connector?
The Northeast Extension, Yeah.
When I was trying to get onto 276.
Yeah. The old fork in the road, you went left instead of right.
Fork in the road, who drew that up?
It's horribly designed.
So like a drunken cocktail napkin. Somebody from PennDOT was loaded and literally said, well, what are we doing here? Let's just make it like the most confusing turn ever. One lane.
And don't put another exit for 16 miles.
And by the way, too, if I'm trying to go if I am in Fort Washington, where I was yesterday, and I'm trying to go back to my apartment. So I'm trying to go back to the main line, and I'm not one of the Lynches, but I was trying to go back to the main line area. Why does the sign say toward New Jersey?
I know.
The way I'm supposed to go.
Because
that's
New
stupid.
Jersey.
That's stupid.
I agree.
It should not. The sign should not say New Jersey.
No, I know. It gets weird up there.
276, New Jersey. I'm like, wait a minute.
The best is it'll say Pennsylvania Turnpike to New Jersey, and you're like, wait, what?
My gosh, the signs.
It is confusing up there. You're right.
That is the most confusing thing.
Yeah, there needs to be like an emergency turnoff exit right after the Plymouth Meeting Mall, so it can save people that do. Because plenty of people have done what you did.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw Lansdale yesterday.
Wouldn't it have been nice if you had somebody sitting next to you and you said to them, "Hey, let me know when I have to get off on the exit"?
Wouldn't that have been nice?
Or would it have been worse if you told them that and they didn't?
Were you running late for a golf tee time?
We apparently we had plenty of time.
I had the voice. I had the. I did not have. It's not my normal car because I'm in a rental car, so I'm used to at home. I have every address in at home, and I get taken everywhere right in front of me, sitting on the dashboard. Make this right, take this right. It's easy. This is confusing the hell out of me. This is that never looked like that. I remember that area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that they did something. Whoever did that, Governor Wolf, right?
Yeah.
It's Wolf, Governor Wolf.
Uh-huh.
Put him in prison. Put them in prison.
Wow. I'm pretty sure it's a Punked episode.
Whoever drew that up, put them in prison.
He just wanted to make sure that you were fully doing your welcome back tour.
Oh my gosh! Now Lansdale is a very beautiful place.
Yeah.
And you never would have known. You should be thanking
As I
Wolf.
pulled through like a parking lot doing a U-turn like I was one of the Dukes of Hazzard, trying to get back going, okay, I have an appointment. I am not going to be late for my appointment. I'm never late for
miles.
Thank gosh I was not late. Now, I may have gone a little above the speed limit. I don't know.
It deserves it up there.
Getting to where I had to be is absolutely unbelievable. So
that's never happened to me. So I can't.
You've never done that turn?
No.
You know where it is, though.
John, do not bring it up. I swear to God, I will go in there.
They
and
almost
pummel him.
divorced each other.
In the linchpin today. Can we go back to that?
Exactly. Bob gives us a little insight into his soul, and it might be why he's a little cranky. He said he'd hate to be a girl, though at times he does sound like one. I said, you do. You said you'd
okay.
You said you'd hate to be a girl. You lotion up more than most women. So, I mean, his saying is you do lotion yourself up nicely.
I'm Irish, so I have to do that.
You're a fat person.
But this has been a theme of mine all my life, and I've said it a million times. Reason number 6,978 that I'd hate to be a girl. There's just so many things that they have to go through. So yesterday, Donna goes to get her hair done. And she's like, all right, I'll see you. And I'm getting my hair done. And it was like an event. She talked about it last week. And don't forget, I got my hair done. And so she leaves, and I turn to Jenna, my daughter, and I say, well, how long does it take to get hair done? She's like, is she getting it cut and colored or whatever? And I said, yeah. She goes, at least a couple hours. I'm like, what?
I think they like it, though.
I can't sit still for a couple hours with somebody touching my head.
I couldn't either if I had hair.
Wait a minute.
No.
Adam Joseph's going to be cutting mine soon.
Yeah, he'll probably do it in 20 minutes, like a normal haircut should take.
I think Bob could sit for 2 hours for Adam Joseph to.
I'll sit for 2 hours watching him cut your hair, sure.
Yeah.
Because Jamie and I are bringing a cooler full of beer, too. But, there's so many things about being a girl that I just could. Like, you can't get up and just get dressed and go to work if you're a girl.
No, it's a lot harder.
Yeah, it's so unfair. I really feel so bad.
Do you have to give Donna how much if you want to leave, if you want to start the car at 5, what time do you have to tell Donna to be ready?
Oh, I'm not, I'm not that guy, and she's not that either.
No. If you wanted, let's say somewhere you had to be.
No, if I say we have to leave by 5, she's awesome at it.
Oh, she's awesome.
She's not that.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. Yeah.
Because literally, my daughter is going to wear some guy out someday. I don't know who she's going to marry.
Really?
Oh gosh, she needs more prep time than Delta to flip a plane and to do it. And I'm going, what do? You don't wear that much makeup. What takes so long?
Yeah, if we're going out for dinner, say meeting friends, 6 o'clock, we have to leave. It'll be like 5:45, and she's like, "Are you showering or what?" And I'll be like, "Yeah,
no.
I'm good."
Oh no!
So I'll shower, take a beer up with me, shower, and be ready to go. It's a
beer shower.
Oh, the shower beer is tremendous.
Shower beer is awesome.
Everyone always tells me that, but but you like canned beer.
Yeah,
I don't like canned beer.
You can take a bottle in there.
Yeah.
take a bottle in the shower. You end up.
I don't take it into the. Do you take it into the shower?
No, hell yeah.
See,
you put it on the shelf outside. or something?
I have it on the sink because I jump in the shower. Because I only shower for like 4 minutes. I can go without a sip.
But if I have a beer in the shower, I'll end up spending a couple extra
4
minutes.
minutes. 4 minutes in the shower is too short.
Yeah, can we revisit that one?
I can do a Springsteen song. So I'll play. I always play music, and I'll know the length of the song when I put it on, and I'm sure to be out. If there's a 4-minute and 38-second song, I'm out before it's over.
Yeah, I
what do you say? 5-minute shower minimum?
Yeah,
I'm 5-minute minimum.
I'm not much more than
5 is my max, probably.
Okay. John, keep in mind though, I'm not meaning this as an insult. They don't have much hair.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're not washing their hair.
You have to really because when you get the mane, you got to get the flow. You have to get the flow.
You got to get the nooks
perfectly
and
handled.
crannies.
Yes.
I wear a hat.
I mean, if you got like swamp ass and you just need a quick refresher, I can be in and out in a minute and a half.
Like down the shore.
Yeah.
If you're just
Okay. A shower after the nap.
Coach loves this
shower
conversation.
after the afternoon nap.
Sometimes.
No.
Has to.
I brush teeth. I brush my teeth like 6 times a day. Yeah.
All right, so Deshaun Watson has requested a trade from the Texans, not because of shower habits of his teammates. He signed a 4-year, $156 million contract extension in September. In September. After his top wide receiver was traded, he's under contract through the 2025 season. We're going to get into this more later on in the show, but I've got to tell you, for a young man that I've seen, I saw him play in high school. Talented guy, Deshaun Watson, then goes to Clemson, and I think people missed the boat on him. But Bob, he's coming dangerously close to being somebody I can't root for. He won't even take the phone call of the new coach of the Texans.
He's on your list.
I don't want him to.
You make
I
a
don't want
list.
him to be.
Yeah, John has a list for people out there.
You're on the list.
And if something happens, he's on the list.
That's disappointing to me because he is I know him to be a very good young man.
It's probably disappointing to him too. Like I've seen athletes become really uncomfortable where they are, and when you bring up, look, they just gave you a 2-year, $30 million contract. I don't care about that. I can't stand it here, and they don't. That's not my. I mean, I've honest to God been good friends with guys that have gone through that. I understand where you're coming from exactly, John, but I understand it a little bit.
You're a professional, and you are under contract, and you're telling me you won't talk to the head coach of the team.
That's wrong.
You know what? You just made the list.
You won't. You say that. I love it. The list. You're on the list. Who would not?
That's the Miz.
You're telling me that you won't. You won't take a phone call.
That's wrong. That's disrespectful to a 65-year-old man.
Yes.
Like I don't care.
By the way, who everybody clamored deserved a head coaching job, needs a head coaching job, and Deshaun Watson's turning his back on him.
Yeah.
Won't even return a phone call.
Not a good look.
It's not a good look.
And I support what he's doing, but there's a way to do it and still be respectful and professional.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You still conduct your business until the day you're gone.
Yes.
You conduct your business.
My parents taught me early in life never burn bridges, and he's torching that.
I mean, it's an uncomfortable scenario.
Yeah, it doesn't paint the best picture of him for sure.
He took all the upfront money, though. He's not returning any of that.
Well, he said he's willing to hold out, and if that's the case, he would have to return it.
He would have to return it, and I'm telling you, I wish one of these organizations would sprout a pair and just say
say
sit
nothing.
Home.
Yeah, say nothing. Right.
You're not. We will lose and get another number 1 pick next year, and we're going to let you just sit around. You tell me when you're ready to earn money again. By the way, you don't get a year off your contract by sitting out. Your contract's on hold.
Yeah.
So we've got you. Your career's over if you want it to be over. And it's like people are like, well, he's the kind of guy who'll take a moral stand. Like he's like some beacon of integrity. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, there's morality doesn't play into this.
If he was a beacon of integrity, he'd be at work. He'd be saying, I want out. I'm letting people know I'm out, but I'm going to be a professional while I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That being said, I can't wait to find out where he goes.
Joe Douglas better not be giving up multiple number 1 picks for him.
There's a team, our buddy Matt Rule down in Carolina. If they were to get him, I think they could become a viable contender.
FU money comes your way today at 8 a.m. You don't want to miss it here on the John Kincade Show. Your chance to win. The code word will be given out at that time. All right, coming up. Carson Wentz finally speaks. No, he didn't. He tweeted. But guess what? Carson's message inspired me to make one of my own. I will answer in the way that Carson Wentz answered yesterday. Coming up next. Don't miss it. 7 o'clock hour, the John Kincade Show comes your way next here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I love my T-Mobile phone. And yesterday, while I was on that absolute mess of a highway that they call the Northeast Extension, because I was lost, what did I do? Pulled over, T-Mobile phone, put in the address again, switched it, got back in the right way. I had missed an obvious turn. The T-Mobile phone, I had great coverage everywhere. Why? Because T-Mobile and Sprint merged, which means I have the best network everywhere. More towers, more engineers, coverage in all kinds of places. So I knew I was safe. I was able to make phone calls, able to be productive while I drove an extra 38 miles yesterday. T-Mobile and Sprint, that merged network is the best you've ever seen. And it's never been a better time for you to join T-Mobile and join the family. I never have had to make the switch to T-Mobile because I was a day one T-Mobile customer from the day the company began, and I've never had to make the change. Great rates, my device always works perfectly, and my family loves the family plan too. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today. Remember, coverage is not available in some areas.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's John Kincade. You know, no one does live in-game betting better than the Parx Sportsbook app. That's the official sportsbook partner of the real Philly fan and the only sportsbook based right here in the Delaware Valley. I want you to get in on the action tonight. And the Parx Sportsbook app has hundreds of ways for you to get in on the big game. Kansas City, 3.5-point favorite. Over-under, now at 56.5. But you can bet so many more ways. How about over-under on each quarterback's number of touchdown passes? Who's going to be the MVP? Bet on who scores first. First half scores, over-unders, and more. Even who wins the coin toss. If you like fantasy sports, you will love the player prop bets that are available on the Parx Sportsbook app. Plus, there's college hoops, pro basketball, hockey, and more. Get in on all the action right now. I'm loving it. Bet online with the name you trust. It's the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. Get the home field advantage. New customers only. Sign up now. Get your first bet risk-free up to $500. Download the app or go to parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Mike Miss for Farron Electric. You know, under normal circumstances, there are a lot of electrical problems we're willing to overlook. But these days are anything but normal, which makes minor things like ungrounded outlets, a breaker that keeps tripping, or not having enough outlets in every room a little more noticeable and a lot more irritating. Farron Electric is available to help you with all of your family's electrical needs, and they'll take every health precaution while doing so. Visit FarronElectric.com. That's FARRYN Electric.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change to do. We can get you everything you need. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil and an STP oil filter for just $26.99. Plus a $5 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? We can sign you up fast right here in store or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
My name's Barry. I live right above you. I don't host parties. I host after parties. They're like parties, only louder and nobody goes home. You can see right here I ripped out all the carpeting because it was holding me back with my pogo stick. Man's got a pogo. Oh, I'm a prankster. I'll grease up a soda can and then when somebody grabs it, boom!
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor, but we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Fact. Filing your taxes with TaxAct can feel like a cash explosion. That's because TaxAct helps you get your maximum refund guaranteed. And TaxAct costs 30% less than the big guys, which means more of this. So if you want a cash explosion of your own, switch to TaxAct. File for less and get more. Start for free at TaxAct.com. 30% less claim based on comparison of TurboTax and H&R Block federal pricing for deluxe and premier consumer online products on December 4th, 2020. Restrictions apply. See TaxAct.com for complete details.
Frank's Red Hot is the perfect blend of flavor and heat. That's why you can use an entire bottle to make buffalo chicken dip. The kind you might make for when you're watching the game at home. And maybe this year there's less people around to watch the game with.
Yay!
But that just means there's more dip, and it's all for you. Some of you may say, that's too much dip, but deep down in your heart of hearts, you know it isn't. So go ahead, finish it. Frank's Red Hot don't judge. Frank's Red Hot, I put that on everything.
Pro Extra is the Home Depot's free loyalty program built for pros. Members earn perks just for shopping, like new Pro Extra dollars or tool rental perks. Get exclusive benefits every day that save time and money. And here's an extra, $20 off your next in-store purchase of $200 or more, just for signing up. Want to save? Join Pro Extra, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Visit the Pro Desk in-store at homedepot.com/proextra for details.
My name is Jerome Bettis, and I love football. It has always been a part of me, this game. Just like the game has always been a part of you. BetRivers Sportsbook wants you to enjoy every game, whether we revel in victory or suffer the loss. Our passion for the game makes us all winners. Enjoy every game with Philly's hometown sportsbook, BetRivers Sportsbook.
Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig. With the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. And with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
In this corner, wearing 4 layers of flannel, it's I'm too cold. And in this corner, stripped down to nothing but his tidy whities, it's I'm too hot. Oh, let's get ready to tumble over each other, trying to reset the thermostat.
If this sounds like your home, it's time for a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane. With a whole-house air filtration system so your family is breathing only the cleanest air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
When the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap. $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Seven o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice. And I've been cashing tickets left and right. The Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Download at parkscasino.com/PA and use promo code FANATIC. And just so you know, the morning that I don't say I've been cashing tickets right and left are the days that I probably didn't win the night before. But it's a lot of fun, and it's great, and we appreciate the folks from Parks Casino. Very, very easy to do business with. Yesterday afternoon it happened. We can stop the Carson Wentz watch, or can we? Waiting to see if Carson Wentz would speak. We are just under 8 weeks. We were at day 53, and Carson Wentz finally spoke. And what did he do? Well, he spoke in the form of an advertisement. I was waiting to hear him speak about his future with the Eagles and things like that, and why, what he maybe thought about Doug Peterson. Would he at least have a kind word to say about the coach that drafted him and brought him along? None of that happened. So Carson Wentz inspired me. So to begin the hour, everybody, I'm John Kincade. I got something really important to discuss with you this morning. It's deeply personal. Much like my personal relationship with Parks Casino and the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, which is absolutely amazing. They say, though, that when a door closes, a window opens. Much like the quality windows you can get from Window Nation right now. It's a great, great deal. But, let me get back to this. This was a difficult call for me to make, to share some news with you today. Unlike the calls that I make with my T-Mobile phone because of their fantastically reliable network. See, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to talk about something, and I'm throwing in every advertiser that I can. I apologize. Carson Wentz showed me that even when people are tuning in and waiting to hear what you want to say, you can be absolutely tone deaf and just start paying off advertisers. Unbelievable what went down yesterday. Carson, I do not know who your public relations advisor is, but I promise you this, you are being robbed. When they show up to be paid, they should be wearing a ski mask because you are getting crappy advice. I will offer it to you for free anytime, and I could make you look a hell of a lot better than whatever went down yesterday. That's where we begin the 7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, and Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. I mean, I was inspired by Carson. I mean, it's I guess you got to, even in the midst of something you're trying to do for work, you got to get your advertisers in. Make sure. He said nothing yesterday. But Nationwide was happy. I think they were very happy with it.
It wasn't a great look. I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Who is advising him?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like everybody's been waiting to hear you speak, and that's what you do? And you're in front of the Chip and Joanna barn door? Like, I mean, you're look at my barn door.
I love barn doors.
You do love them?
Oh, I love barn doors.
Okay, we don't want to get off the track, but you're standing in front of the barn door at your estate, and that's what you come out with?
I do like those barn doors.
Look at you too. You got distracted by it too.
No, I actually laughed at the optics of it was so comically bad that I went like, you can't be serious, dude. Like, really?
It's unbelievable.
This is how you break your silence after 53 days?
I seriously do not understand.
And people on Twitter were, kind of coming at me a little bit, going like, "Oh, he can't win with you people, blah, blah, blah." And, he's supporting his teammate. If he doesn't say it, you would have jumped all over him.
Wait a minute.
And I was like, no.
How about supporting his ex-coach? How about having 2 words about his ex-coach? You heard Dan Orlovsky on this radio show yesterday talking about it. It's embarrassing.
It's very
embarrassing that he has not mentioned the departure of Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
it's cold. It's the opposite of bod.
It's callous is what it is.
I'm warm. If I was his advisor, I would have said, hey, listen, just throw in there at the end. Excited to get back at it, Eagles fans. Boom. That's it.
You'll be hearing from me soon.
Go Birds.
That's all. Yeah. Something. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, he has the most tone-deaf PR management, whatever's going on.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I said, I don't know what it is, but what it does tell me, and it concerns me, is that Carson Wentz is focusing on money. He's focusing on,
doesn't he have enough of that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if he's getting paid or...
Yes, he's getting paid for it.
Because Nationwide is the presenting sponsor of the award.
He went and hashtagged.
But he hashtagged ad, which tells me he got a cut.
Yeah, yes, you're getting paid.
Yeah.
You're getting paid for it. It shocks me. But you want to share a thought with us, 610-632-0975. MJ in Miami was holding on. MJ, how are you this morning, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Good to have you on the show. What's going on?
Loving the show. So you guys have heard the expression, don't be a crab, right? Basically, like a crab is, when one crab is climbing out of a bucket, the other ones pull it down.
Okay.
And when it comes to like Deshaun Watson and even Carson Wentz, I think all of us would love to be in a position to take a stand against our employer when we believe our employer is being unjust or unfair, especially when our employer themselves could care less about the fans or us. And I think that's exactly what Deshaun's doing. I think what he's doing is he's saying, I don't like the way my employer's treating me, not like there's some righteous organization. They would cut me in a heartbeat if they had to. I'm going to speak up for myself. And I think all of us should get behind something like that because that's the precedent.
No.
We all should be able to.
No, MJ. No, I'm not standing behind people. MJ. I listened to your manifesto there. Let me respond. I am not standing behind somebody who took a load of guaranteed money from that same employer and took it just 3 months ago and got the big check, got the upfront money, and then decides, well, now I'm not going to honor the agreement I made when I signed on the dotted line to get all that upfront security and money that I wanted. I'm not going to respect that at all. At all. Not at all.
I hear you. I relate to what you're saying, but the only issue is you're talking in theory. In practice,
no, that's not theory. No, that's fact. That's fact. I'm not talking in theory.
It's fact what you're saying. What you're saying is fact, and the theory of it is that same employer would not respect him.
It doesn't,
the same employer. But that's slavery.
No,
that's how we're all.
No, it's not slavery. Stop. Stop. Here. Bottom line is this: the NFL Players Association, they negotiated their work agreement.
Mm-hmm.
The teams have the right to get out of contracts. The players do not. And you know who signed on the dotted line? The NFL Players Association. Stop it with slavery. Stop it with stupid analogies like that. That is, and it's not you stupid. It's a stupid analogy you're using.
Look,
slavery. Give me a break.
We would all love loyalty in the form of love and affection and all that, right? And MJ's questioning the team's loyalty to him. Really? I hate to say this, but $156 million is a lot of loyalty.
Yeah, that's a ton of loyalty.
Like that's a lot. And
it's generational wealth. Generational wealth.
I'm not just this money guy, whatever. I understand to get yours. But there is something to be said that, okay, maybe the organization isn't doing the right things elsewhere. They did right by him. They did right by him.
Yeah, that's what tells me there's something more than football going on there.
Then you need to articulate exactly what that is.
Yeah. I support Deshaun. If something...
Wow.
I think he's being unprofessional and not taking the new coach's call.
But you're supporting it.
But I tend to always support the players in these types of situations.
You're supporting unprofessional behavior.
I think he's being unprofessional, and I think he could handle it better. But I think if he wants out that bad, and the way I've heard some of these ex-Texans talk, I think there's something bigger than football happening.
So here's the scary part for me is I think that Carson Wentz has done the exact same thing that Deshaun Watson has done. He just hasn't made it public. I think he's demanded a trade after signing an extension. I just don't think it's gotten out there yet. I think he's trying to do it behind closed doors because of the fact that he hasn't talked. He hasn't, other than an advertisement, which is a bad bet, unlike the one I made last night on BetMGM. He hasn't, so I think he's doing this privately.
But Deshaun was actually good and Carson was bad, so that makes Carson so much worse.
Whoa. Wait a minute here. The Houston Texans could have gone 4-12 without Deshaun Watson.
Yes, they could have. They also could have gone 0-16.
They could have had Fitzmagic and gone 4-12. They could have had one of the McCowns or something and gone 4-12. So let's not spin this as the Texans went 4-12 with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but
they could easily have gone 4-12 with any one of a number of guys in the NFL.
Are you taking Deshaun or are you taking Wentz?
I'm taking Deshaun all day long.
Because he's a better player.
But guess what? But I am not backing unprofessional behavior at any time. Joe in Springfield joins us. Joe, good morning. You're on the John Kincade Show.
John, I like how you told the guy, you're not stupid, but your opinion's stupid.
Yes, exactly. Guess what? I have stupid opinions all the time, but I'm not stupid.
No, I agree with it. I make mistakes all the time, too. We all do. You live and learn from your mistakes. So I think you raise your children, too. Don't beat yourself up over your mistakes because your boss or coworker is right there to talk about it for you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Got to support yourself, at least. Yeah, I think Carson, it gets away from us that he's a devout Christian. And your guy that works for your company there, Rob, what's his last name? Magda?
Rob, we lost you. Something happened. I don't know what. We lost him.
Yeah, that's right.
Something happened there. Something happened there.
It's funny. So back in the day, and we're talking in the day, we used to do Daily News Live, right?
Okay.
And I
used to watch you on
and
that.
it was Scott Rowland was putting up a stink, wanted to get out of Philadelphia, right?
Yes.
My opinion on Daily News Live was, you know what? I'm really getting tired of athletes saying, I want to go somewhere else to be good instead of letting a team or staying here being good and making this team better. Now, Roland got back to me and was like, look, I won out because they're not trying to make this team better. And I'm in a hole here that I can't get out of. And that's he wasn't that nice about it. But it made me realize a point like, wow, you can't just stay here, be happy, make good money, and be the best you can be and make this team better. And his point was, I could do that if they would put players around me to be better. So in that aspect, I get what Deshaun Watson's upset at because of DeAndre Hopkins and all that.
And Wentz, do you believe Wentz is in the same camp like Egan just said? Do you think he's doing the same exact thing?
I do.
You do.
I just think he hasn't.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I think they're trying, whether it's from the team or his camp, somebody's instructing him to be quiet.
I can tell you this. There isn't a Deshaun Watson in his career is going to get the benefit of the doubt from me. Because I've watched the kid since he was a junior in high school. Tremendous young man, tremendous individual, tremendous social awareness, and good for his community and everything like that. Carson right now is losing. I'm losing faith in Carson Wentz. I'm losing faith I'm thinking Carson Wentz isn't genuine. And it's because I'm doubting that he's genuine.
Right.
Because everything about him right now seems so contrived.
Well, I don't know who said this. I don't care if you're genuine or not. Just win me football games. Like,
yeah, there's some of that.
There is some of that. There needs to be a sprinkling of that. And look, we can be definitive all we want about this is right, this is wrong, whatever it may be. But you have to sprinkle in all little aspects. And some of the aspect that I don't have that I need to sprinkle in is I don't care if Carson Wentz talks or not. I just want to win football games.
Yeah, that's 1,000% me too. I don't care.
So same way with you?
Yeah, just win damn games.
Okay.
That's all I want you to do. I don't care if you talk, but if you're winning games, if you're losing games, you need to talk. If you're winning games, I don't care.
Well, we didn't get a press conference yesterday out of Carson Wentz, but we did get an advertising tweet, which is really, really nice, veiled in a compliment or something along those lines. So let's flat out say it right here. Memorable press conferences. Bob Cooney's been to a few.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
Yeah, so your excitement today isn't going to be met. Isn't going to be satisfied, I should say.
It's like blank stares on this one.
Yeah. So I was thinking last night, what are some of we know the holy grail of press conferences is without question Allen Iverson's practice.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Okay. So
whenever anyone says the word, years later.
Anyone, anywhere, anytime.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Allen 3 times.
Yeah, so Phil Jasner, the late, great Phil Jasner, and John Smallwood, the late, great John Smallwood, unfortunately, yes. 2 of my coworkers were there at the time and were kind of, I don't want to say fueling the fire, but they were asking the questions that were getting these answers. And I was home. I wasn't supposed to be in work until later that night, and I got a call from my boss, get home. I mean, get in here. It's like we need you to work because Iverson's going off. So I ask you guys, what besides that one, what are some memorable both national and local press conferences that you remember? Now, John, you and I may share one from back in the day where a guy became a complete blubbering former athlete in front of a microphone when he announced his retirement.
Okay. I'm missing that one.
Michael Jack?
Michael Jack.
Oh, yeah, he did.
That came to my mind right away.
Did it?
Because as I was young, and I remember being like, he was like my hero, and I remember being like, wow, like this means a lot to these guys.
Yeah,
like I was still naive and didn't understand the whole world of sports.
And he quit on a Memorial Day Monday or something like that.
So this is I don't know why I remember that. They're in San Diego.
Yes,
he's playing third base. A guy hits a dribbler, and he couldn't get to it. And he was like, oh, my God.
I'm done.
I should not be playing.
And he quit that
and
day.
God bless him. Like, I respect the hell out of him and say, like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. He didn't laugh like that. He kind of cried a lot. But
I remember Lee Ilya.
Sure. Oh, my God. That was a great one.
When he was the Cubs manager?
Oh, that's a great one.
Going off on the fans in the stands.
Oh, yeah.
And everything like that. Just drunk, unemployed guys calling me. Like, he went nuts. Well, he had the mental break. At a press conference.
Yeah.
Does this one count as a press conference? The Cheney and Calipari?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
That's great. That is great.
I mean, that's one of the all-time.
Yeah.
I'll kill you. And by the way, go back and watch that. Every single thing that John Cheney insinuated in that press conference came true about Calipari at 2 places. At UMass and at Kentucky.
What? Was it cheating?
At Memphis. About cheating.
Okay.
Every single thing that was being insinuated by John Cheney that day, which at the time was not known, became known. They had to take down the Final Four banner at UMass, and they had to take down the Final Four banner at Memphis too, because of the same behaviors. And people the chuckleheads that cover college basketball are like, the loyalty to John Calipari. We love him. We love him. Oh, there's Rick Pitino. Oh, Rick, come over and can we lick your boots? Seriously, I can't. The college basketball's national media is the worst of the worst in journalistic standards, but I'm off on my tangent there.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys didn't mention one of my all-time favorites.
I have another too. And
go ahead.
I think it might be yours. No, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
I'll leave the clip right here.
Playoffs? You kidding me?
Oh, Jim Mora.
We gotta win a game like that. Like that, Bob. I always rip the beat writer for asking questions that we all know the answer to. And to your credit, you always say, well, you have to sometimes. You don't know what you're to get. In that situation, He played that perfectly.
Yeah.
You're talking about playoffs? We have like 3 wins. We got to win a damn football game.
By the way, not to take any shots.
But
if someone from Klein College of Media is listening right now, I hope all the students are watching some of those Flyers press conferences. Stop asking people how they feel. How did it feel? How did it feel? That's stupid. Stop.
It felt great because tomorrow's payday.
How did it feel? By the way, I did check. Beasley Media. Unlike Deshaun Watson, I feel very appreciated.
Yes, exactly.
Today's the second day of this month, and I felt amazingly appreciated around this place.
Another great one locally.
Yes.
I don't know if this counts as a press conference either because it was kind of a dugout session, I believe. We're the team to beat.
Oh, yeah, Rollins saying that. Yeah.
That set the tone for the next 5,
I got a couple
6
national
years.
ones.
I had one.
Yeah.
I had one with Craig Carton. At Craig Carton, me, Bill Conlon back in the day, Jim Ferguson.
Name dropper.
People, hey, look who's here, the boys from a certain radio station in town. People who listen to that, hey, what do you think about that radio station? Yeah, people who listen to that radio station are blanking their sisters in South Philly.
Oh, that's...
Wow.
It's a bit much.
He said it.
He did.
He said it, and he denied that he said it, and there was audio of it. And then he got called on it because he denied it because the chuckleheads that covered the team covered his backside for him and didn't say that he said it. Denied that he said it.
Wow. Man, that's not right.
And then they had him on tape saying it.
Yeah, I got 2 national ones that are, like, kind of depressing. But when Magic announced that he had HIV...
That was a meaningful one.
Right.
Was that like 88, 89?
Yeah,
something like that, late 80s?
Yeah, and then he went on Arsenio Hall. Remember that? He went on Arsenio Hall like a couple days later to talk about it. And then, do you remember the Tiger Woods one after he got in his massive trouble and it was like,
so weird.
That's coaches.
That was terrible. That he
so
had to
weird.
do
It's
that.
in the documentary.
Yeah.
It was awkward to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not sports, but in the same vein, I mean, Bill Clinton, you know?
Yes. No, I'm going to think. I just thought of the worst one.
By the way, Magic was 91.
91. Okay,
I just thought of the worst one. And it happened here in Pennsylvania. Worst press conference ever.
Oh, don't say Bud Dwyer.
Yes.
Oh,
it was
geez.
the worst one ever.
Oh,
that was the worst one ever.
It's 7:20 in the morning.
I didn't say
watched
it. You said it.
Well, I knew you were going.
There was a snow day. There was a blizzard going on that day. There was an absolute blizzard going on that day when that happened. Hey, pros, they know that Lowe's offers commercial cleaning supplies from top brands like Clorox, Zep, and Rubbermaid to help you stay clean and safe. Shop Lowe'sForPros.com and choose delivery or pick up in store. Lowe's, the new home for pros. U.S. only. Sixers and the Timberwolves tonight at 8 o'clock, right here on the Fanatic, #1 team in the Eastern Conference versus a 4-win team. There's no way the Sixers could lose that game, is there? Oh, another load management night coming this way?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It was funny because Egan put it out there last night. Oh, there's no way Embiid plays. I don't know why, and I'm not. Pat, nothing
I'm
against
with
you at
you.
all.
I think he
goes. I think
nothing against you.
I'm not against you this time.
I was about to say because that's new year, new you.
I don't know. I think he goes tonight.
You think he goes tonight?
I think he's proven a point tonight.
Because they've shown that they can literally miss these 3-foot putts because of this load management garbage. Nonsense.
Yeah.
By the way, what date was the Bud Dwyer thing? It was 1986, I believe.
Jamie's.
I say 1987.
Yeah, it was
87 January, but it was right around this time of year.
January 22nd, 1987.
Because there was a blizzard that day.
So can I remind you about
giant blizzard
about Herm Edwards? Let's get back to sports.
Oh yes, practice.
You play to win the game.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Love Herm.
Yeah,
I want
Herm.
winners.
Love Herm. Can you imagine your next door neighbor's Clint Eastwood? His next door neighbor's Clint Eastwood.
Herm Edwards is?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why does he live in California? Doesn't he coach in Arizona?
Well, now he has a house in Arizona, but he had a house right on
whoa.
He had a house on the beach.
Jeez.
He had a house on the beach in
I don't
California.
run with the same crowd as you, John.
And he lived right next door to Clint Eastwood.
Herm must have invested well, knowing how much Clint's worth.
Wouldn't that be great? Living, being buddies.
Yeah,
with,
but does he just not grizzle at you if you walk on his front yard?
Oh no, I think they were golf. I think they were golf buddies.
Get off my lawn.
Oh, anybody you've been around
Torino.
Anybody who knows Herm Edwards.
I've been in the same place
To
as
know Herm Edwards is to love Herm Edwards.
I don't know him.
That'd be great.
I know I kind of got off track there from the Bud Dwyer stuff, just because 7:20 in the morning is a little dark for that.
I didn't even bring up his name. Bob did.
You brought up Bud Dwyer.
No, I didn't. Bob said it.
But it got me thinking though about Herm Edwards.
Where you were going?
I didn't say the name.
He had an epic press conference at Arizona State. His introductory press conference where he basically admitted he had no idea that the mascot was the Sun Devil. Do you remember that one?
And he's winning.
Oh yeah,
and he's winning there, which is pretty amazing.
Good for him.
Because I wondered whether he would win there or not. I got to tell you. All right, there is some confidence that Jamie Lynch has that this Eagles roster is about to have a little bit of an overhaul, and we'll get to that next. It's the John Kincade Show. Hopefully your Friday is going well here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. Got to celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right, you can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. Are you going with the greatest of all time in Tom Brady or the greatest one playing right now in Patrick Mahomes? That's something you can look at. I've been betting football all season long on FanDuel. Here's what I like, too. It's not just the numbers of the game, but as we know with the Super Bowl, there's so many other things to bet on. Over-unders of players, of teams, whatever you might want to do. It is just so much fun. The app, it's so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials. My favorite feature, the same-game parlays, where you can get a massive payout. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Bob to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem like John, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Want a breakdown of all the latest lines, spreads, and props for each week in the NFL season? Check out Draft Lines with Jamie Lynch and Devon Givens every Friday night at 6. Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code FANATIC for a special offer when you sign up. Draft Lines, Fridays at 6 on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
I hate Steven Singer.
I get that a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied.
So, how can I help you?
Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all break them. That's why your small business needs more than resolutions. It needs solutions. And you can get them with Comcast Business. Whether you want to work more efficiently with fast, reliable internet and advanced Wi-Fi, make your business safer with powerful cybersecurity solutions, or stay productive with 24/7 support. We've got the solutions you need for your business to get there. So make this year's resolution better solutions. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business starting at $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. Plus, get free installation when you order online. And for a limited time, ask how to upgrade and get a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 2/7/21. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business Internet and One Voice Mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra. Subject to change.
Sam's new project needs a project manager right away if she's going to manage to hit her deadline.
It took an extra week to get approvals, but they still want the original delivery date. I guess we'll figure something out.
It's time to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change to do. We can get you everything you need. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Valvoline Max Life High Mileage Motor Oil and an STP oil filter for just $26.99. Plus a $5 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? We can sign you up fast right here in store or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Terms at AutoZone.com/rewards. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Hey, my name's James, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the first bite, you get a little kick of spice, and then that cilantro and lime sauce that kind of balances things out. Just delicious.
Hey, I'm Amber. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A new Grilled Spicy Deluxe is how well all of the ingredients complement each other. It's so good. I like bob my head side to side, dancing while I eat.
Chick-fil-A's Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich. Available for a limited time only. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 Small Business Insurance. The policy has no fine print. It's clear what's covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this pet store is protected by 3.
Joe, did you leave the snake tank open?
Look, I don't want to point fingers, but yes.
It's biting me. Sorry, sir.
I'm calling my lawyer.
They're going to need some help with this mess. Luckily, they have 3. No fine print, just exceptional coverage. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3. No nonsense, just common sense.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing, the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. It's time to give peace a chance. It's time for a high-efficiency heating and cooling system for even, consistent heat in your home. And with Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
It's time for good, clean fun at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Atlantic City, where you take the stage and focus on the fun. At Hard Rock, we'll handle making your experience safe and sound. Enjoy our wide open spaces to play your favorite slots and table games. Book your Hard Rock Escape now. Rooms starting at just $59 midweek. Visit HardRockHotelAtlanticCity.com. Some hotel restrictions apply. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's really weird looking at some of the responses. People get involved on social media, people sending emails now. People are finding the email through 97.5 The Fanatic. There are a lot of people who agree with Deshaun Watson, but not his tactics.
Yeah.
It seems like that seems to be a gentleman says to me here, he goes, John, you're very impassioned on this Deshaun Watson topic. But there's a clear differentiation here. You can agree with his stance and not agree with his tactics. But to me, it's sort of, and I sent him a little note back and I said, but the way someone handles adversity, to me, does garner whether I support them or not. Like the way someone handles adversity does, in my way, decide whether I'm really in their camp or not.
So
I want professionals. I want professionals.
Right. So, okay. This is a weird question here. So it's not just, boom, here's the blanket loyalty. He doesn't have it. You're not saying that.
No, not at all. Because
if you were, then no matter what he does, he's wrong.
I agree. Well, first off, it helps a little bit that I've watched this young man grow up. I've watched his character. I know what he's about. But the idea that I can support his point of view, that the Houston Texans look like a screwed up mess. Absolute screwed up mess. But they were a screwed up mess last offseason. He took the money in late September.
Yeah.
He took the money in late September. They were already a screwed up mess. They were already in this, that he knew what he was signing up for. And by the way, then there's people saying here, well, he didn't get a say in who the general manager was. I don't know I don't know many NFL players that are asked, do you want to vote on it? Yeah. Tom Brady was not asked. The greatest NFL player of all time was not asked, well, Tom, we're hiring people in the front office here, Bill Belichick. I want to run some guys by you. No. Tom was the quarterback and Bill's the boss.
That was my biggest problem, was he bought a ticket for the Titanic after it hit the iceberg.
Correct. He knows already. He knew what the Houston Texans didn't become a mess in December.
Yeah.
They were a mess before. You can go back and just do a simple Google search. They were being ripped apart in the 2018 season at the end of it, the 2019 season, as being the most dysfunctional franchise. I'm reading a piece here. Listed as the most dysfunctional franchises in the NFL, number one, Houston Texans. Long before. This is 2019 season.
Sure.
He knew what he was signing up for. He knew he was taking the upfront money from them.
Yeah. In football, more than any other sport, I am all about that, because you're putting your life or your body, and sometimes your life, on the line. So when the money's there to be gotten, get it. I do
you
agree
get it.
with
You
that.
Understand.
Yeah. But then to come out afterwards, you're correct, John. In the way he's handling this, that does leave a...
But he locked in the money, and look, I believe he wanted it to work. Like, he probably had his concerns, locked in the money. Get that. And then he's like, all right, let's see this season out. Let's see if something... I know DeAndre Hopkins is gone, but maybe they got something else up their sleeve. Like, he was probably looking through it an optimistic lens, and then the season ends, and he's going, yeah, they're never going to change.
Pat, can you do me a favor? Find out when did Dak Prescott get hurt?
It was early. It was like week 4.
Yeah, it was early in the season.
I want to say like week 4.
I think it's right around when the contracts were signed. Around the same time.
Could have been.
Right around the same time. And guess what? I get it. But whenever the argument of, and I've heard it a bunch already on this show, people calling up and going,
week 5.
The NFL teams can cancel a contract whenever they want. Yeah, well, then blame the NFL Players Association for that.
You do agree to something.
You collectively bargain the terms of your employment, and the NFL Players Association says the contract is binding to us and not binding to you. They agree to those terms.
I think the NFLPA sucks.
They don't call and complain saying that the rules are against the players. The players make the rules. They negotiate the rules. If they want to take a stand, they can take a stand. They don't.
I think they have an NFLPA problem. I don't think it's a good enough union for the mass that they are and the product they produce. That being said, I think some of the players are trying to take some of the control that the union should have fought for them. I don't think they're represented well enough.
No, I don't think they are.
They're not.
And I think that's why these players now are trying to take, it's the NBA theory. They're trying to take that control like the NBA players have, and I support them.
Wow. So you support unprofessional behavior. I don't understand it.
No, I support him trying to get what he wants. Okay, I don't agree with how he's handling it.
You support Carson?
If he wants out, see ya. Bye.
So you support him.
I think he looks terrible playing the season he just did and demanding out.
Do you support Carson Wentz screwing over your favorite football team and screwing them up for at least a year? At least a year of salary cap absolute Armageddon hell. You're supporting that.
I would say Howie Roseman screwed it up.
No, he didn't.
Answer the question, you coward.
I mean,
Carson
sure, if he
Wentz.
doesn't want to be here, I don't want him to be my quarterback.
So you're supporting him.
Sure.
Though. You're thinking
Bye.
he's,
If he wants
you're in
out.
the right. No, you're saying he's in the right.
I
If
think
you support him, you're saying he's in the
Deshaun
right.
Watson is good, so they're different situations.
Well, that's
to
what my
me.
question was going to be to you. What if Carson Wentz had a really good year this year and then
I would hate
came
him.
out?
But the fact that he played like dog crap and he's demanding out, see ya.
Thing is, though, is that you cannot support unprofessional behavior. You can't support guys taking the money up front, getting theirs, and then saying, I don't want to be here.
I anytime an NFL player can lock in guaranteed money, I support it.
I do, too, when they stay with the franchise that they're working with. That they say, okay, I've made a commitment to be here, pay me, and now I'm going to play for that team. I don't want this crap. I mean, this is awful right now. This is an awful look. And if you support Deshaun, you're supporting Carson because it's the same tactic.
That's fine.
It's the same tactic.
Yeah, my big problem is, and as I alluded to earlier, like you bought a ticket for the Titanic after it hit the iceberg. You didn't have to buy the ticket, you know?
Nope.
And after it hit the iceberg, if someone said, hey, you want a ticket for that sinking ship over there? You go, no, I think I'll wait for the next one, right? Like I think I'll wait for the next cruise. He could have asked for a trade before he signed the contract. He could have said, I'm not going to re-sign. He didn't.
And this offseason, he could have been absolutely sitting there with the kingdom all in front of him, top of the mountain, picking his landing spot.
If he doesn't suffer a devastating, maybe career-ending injury or a career-altering injury.
Right, so he's willing to screw over the other 52 guys that are on the roster because that's what Carson Wentz is going to do. He's got the brotherhood in that locker room. He's going to screw them all over.
Well, if he really wants out, he'll work with the team to restructure his contract.
But they're still going to be terrible. Whatever, it's just going to be a little less terrible if they come and restructure the contract.
Yeah, look, I understand the logic of, hey, get the guaranteed money now. That's what insurance policies are for.
Yes, and
like
they
Matt
can get
Leinart
those.
took out an insurance policy at USC for his arm, and he cashed in on it because he dropped in the draft. It happens all the time. So if you're really worried about it, take an insurance policy out on yourself.
And you can.
And then boom, you're good.
Hey, and you can do it on future
You're
earnings.
not as good as 156
I was going to
million.
say, what insurance policies?
So you want to take the money and then you want to quit. That's what they're doing.
I hear you.
But that's what I'm saying is he could have gotten an insurance policy on future earnings, on what his projected future earnings are, and could have had an insurance policy so he wouldn't have to worry about losing out on all that money.
Call up my friends at Lloyd's of London.
Hey, there you go. In the linchpin, this guy's gone, and then it puts a giant question mark on the back of this guy.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, so yesterday a report comes out that Zach Ertz and the Eagles are unequivocally over. He's not going to return to the Eagles, which we all kind of knew. No shocking news there. You know, the way Zach cried at the end of his season press conference. They love the city. And even though I knew it was coming, I kind of was just like, damn. Zach Ertz was almost underappreciated here. We're talking about in a weird way. I don't think, maybe not underappreciated. I think we're going to miss him a lot more than what we all realize. He's the franchise's all-time best tight end.
Love him.
The guy played through lacerated kidneys. He was peeing blood. I used to rip him for no yak, Zach, and, that's fair and all, and he never really was a yak guy. But he was a constant on this offense for the last, 7 seasons, basically? Those are big shoes to fill. And, I just want to appreciate Zach, but also that lends to the question, where's your Dallas Goedert confidence at? Because not having Zach Ertz, and look, this season we didn't have him, that's a big hole in the offense. I'm not as enthusiastic about Goddard as I thought I was going to be 2 years ago. I think he's solid. I don't know if he has that next step in him. I hope he does.
I'm cautiously optimistic with the only problem is that Nick Sirianni seems to have always been a part of two tight end sets.
Yeah.
So that concerns me is where's the second tight end? But I cannot have Zach Ertz on this team.
No.
I love Zach Ertz. Can't have him. Not when you're in salary cap hell.
No, you can't have it because of that. You also have to wonder, his age comes into play, obviously, also.
But it's big
And
shoes to
last year
fill.
stunk.
Sure. But this is so off the wall. Could Carson Wentz's reliability on Zach Ertz been a part of the problem that he suffered later on as a quarterback? Was he solely focused on Zach Ertz too much that it affected him in other areas of his quarterback play?
I don't
know, but maybe, and maybe this could wind up being a decent thing. for Carson Wentz?
There was a decline in play the last 2 seasons.
Absolutely,
From Zach Ertz. And I think it's because of the fact that he got his backside kicked.
Oh, he got
so many
abused.
tough catches. So much abuse over the years. He will forever be one of my favorite Philly athletes of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he's going in the Eagles Hall of Fame.
But I can't have him on this year's team.
No, and I'm not saying that.
And because if they were in a different salary cap situation, I absolutely would consider it.
Yeah, I just think he's going to be missed a lot.
I think the original plan for Zach Ertz was to move on from him and trade him, but because Dallas Goedert didn't progress the way that we kind of all expected him to, it made it hard. And then he gets injured, and they kind of botched the whole situation. It's unfortunate because you could have gotten something for him, and instead they're just going to let him walk.
What do you think the market's going to be for him, Bob? I don't think the market's going to be that brisk.
He's going to have to go to a win now type of team, right?
Yeah, if you can get a third rounder for him, that would.
No,
be,
he's going to be. I think they have an option out of his contract.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah,
or they can trade him.
Yeah, I think
They
teams
can trade him.
but teams will know that they're going to cut him. And,
Exactly.
I think you can. Tight end doesn't bother me all that much, and it's not because of God. Like I think Goddard's pretty good, but you see this guy like Tunyon and the kid Gesicki from Penn State. Like I think there's tight ends out there to be had. So I think you can get one in the 4th round, something, and you can still go 2 tight end sets or whatever it may be. Yeah,
I do think they'll draft one, but I'm going to miss Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
Oh, I think everybody raise their hand. They're all going to be miss Zach Ertz. Yes.
Yeah. So
Zach Ertz is one of those guys. And how many athletes, honestly, in Philly history do you go? Everybody raise their hand and say, "Yeah, I'm going to miss that."
Yeah.
guy.
Kudos to a great career.
Yeah, fantastic career.
Yeah, I think they'll draft one, but Richard Rodgers wasn't that bad last year.
No, he was solid.
He wasn't.
He was he was more solid
But
than I
Richard
thought.
Rodgers is 32, or am I off?
You're probably about right.
I don't know that you can count on that
As
I'm
a
trying to
backup.
guess the
Yeah,
age.
I mean they'll probably draft a developmental one, and they've tried to take former guys and switch him over to that
he's
position.
29.
29. Oh, he's younger then.
He's just turned 29.
Yeah, let's usher in the Richard Rodgers era.
Oh, good.
Let's go, Dick Rod.
Hey, what?
That's his name,
Dick Rod. Yeah.
Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com today. Man, that's a little aggressive.
No, it's his nickname. Yeah, we
Eagles Twitter finally calls him that.
Wow, they do now.
Yeah, Dick Rod.
Yeah. I need a lot more than that.
The Dick Rod era.
Need to see a lot more coming on now.
What would you call him? Richard? Weirdo?
Yes, Richard. There is one thing, and I am not a fan of constantly having my phone in my face. But I will say that being back in Philly at home, in my home city, legalized sports wagering, I had a conversation last night with 2 of my former coworkers, and that's all they wanted to hear about. Was like
that's funny.
So what are the options? They're like, what are the options? One of them thought it's really scaled down, right? You can bet point spread and over under. I'm like, no. You can bet whether Doc Rivers scratches his backside in the second quarter.
Yeah,
there's an over under.
There's good value on that.
That's live betting. Yeah,
it is very and they were fascinated. I said there is as much live wagering. The live wagering is some of the most amazing stuff there is. I got to tell you, this is a new world. I thought about my family members, and I will just say a little bit of colorful history that I had let's just say some of my blood was heavily involved in people that they couldn't use an app to wager. Uncle Wimple, yes, and it might have had some of that. Uncle Yummy.
Yummy.
And Yummy. I mean, they may have known people that did this.
Right.
Is what I'm assuming.
They had friends.
But so it says to me, I wonder how much my father would never have put down the phone. If he had lived in the phone era, how much he never would have. My dad would have been all over this every night. He would have been all in on this.
He liked to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he had his notebook, like a marble bound, like one of those like school notebooks.
Yeah.
Where he'd place like his bets for Sunday, and he'd write them in the book, and he'd keep the little ledger book. I used to go through it and see like, okay, that's why Dad was pissed off on Monday.
Really?
Okay, I see in red.
That's cool.
And he even had red pen.
Oh, he balanced his own.
Because he would know, I guess, whether he had to make a visit to pay somebody.
Sure.
Or whether he had to make a visit to collect.
Sure.
So there was this. I wonder, think of relatives in your family. Think of dads. Think of grandfathers maybe for you out there. How they would have been on these things 24/7. It is. I don't know. And by the way, it would have shut down cottage industries all along Route 30. I can just tell you that on Lancaster Avenue. There are places that actually would have had to survive just selling food and beverage.
That is funny to think. Like, I have a buddy who said his Sunday routine was the same. He grew up in Northeast Philly. He said it was the same. You know, his mom would start cooking on Eagle Sundays, and his dad would yell down to the mother, say, "Yo, Betty, 100 on the Eagles today." Like, he said it was just a ritual. You know, every Sunday, when Dad yelled down his bet, Mom would make the call. Okay, now Sunday can really start.
So it would be a dime on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Would be a dime on the Eagles,
Sure.
a nickel on the Eagles.
Right.
And those code words would always be used.
Yeah.
Because they used to worry about wiretaps. Yeah, which I found funny, Egan. You're too young for it, but they would worry about wiretaps.
No, I've watched documentaries. I'm well versed. I know things. but it's funny to me that a dime to you guys is $100 and a dime to me is legitimately a dime.
No, that's because you have apps. Back then, a dime, if you said you're putting a dime on the Eagles, you were putting $100 on the Eagles.
You can't call Sticky Nicky and say, put a dime on there?
And I can tell you this. I remember Saturday weddings in the Kincade family. And I don't know which one of my many, many cousins got married. And we're at a wedding, and I remember the uncles being on the payphones near the coat closet. Like, I guess there was before the later afternoon kickoffs at the reception. Like making phone calls on the payphones. Right near the coat closets.
My first dip into knowing somebody was betting, I was a little kid, and my grandfather was sitting watching a game, and the game was the Immaculate Reception.
Wow.
Oh.
And he had bet the Steelers. And Franco Harris comes out, and he was, and then all of a sudden this play happens, and my God, I've never seen so much life in my and I only knew him for a few years. I never saw so much life in that man.
There's a listener that's texting me right now. I'm just going to call him Gary Ardano, who says a dime is 1,000 in his vernacular, and a quarter is 25. Is what he says in the vernacular. Now, this may have changed.
Big paper
this
guy,
may
Gary.
be the new change.
Yeah.
This is Gary Argano. You may run into him somewhere around Philly.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
cheap.
Especially
I'm
if
a
you
whore.
especially if you like hoagies. you might run into him. I like the insight, though. But then one of my cousins just texts me, and he goes, "Fresh tomatoes." Because you see, people used to come by to pick up tomatoes.
Oh.
They would come by to pick the old Acme bags. Used to be like you cover school books with them. So you couldn't see into them.
Oh, yeah.
So there'd be people coming by for bags of fresh tomatoes. And there'd be stuff. There would be tomatoes in the bag.
Sure, on the top.
But there'd also be other stuff at the bottom. What the fine memories. The fine memories.
Right?
Is this guy, Mr. Argano, tells me that a yard is 100.
Ah.
A yard.
I never even heard of yard.
I've never heard of a yard either.
Can you ask him what $1 is?
I didn't think people in South Philly had yards. I mean, sometimes they have that little
yards.
strip of land.
Yeah.
There's the fluorescent light around the Blessed Mother. They've got that set up.
Yeah.
Christmas decorations that are probably still up.
Yep.
No, the Valentine's ones are up now.
The Valentine's up.
Exactly.
I like it when we'll go to Ralph's, and my daughter laughs that there's decorations around the Blessed Mothers. The Blessed Mother statue has like Christmas wreath, Christmas lights around it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Mary really appreciates
There's a couple of Marys right by the Palladium. I remember right on the lines right there by the Palladium. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
your
awesome.
FU Money keyword is coming up at 8 a.m. That is your chance to win $500. I'm surprised the keywords are really, everybody's in there. This is a yard is 100, a nickel is 500. Okay, some people are big spenders. Yeah. That's all I'm going to tell you. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Great job by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Now that it's all legal, and now that it's all tracked, and now that the state can see what kind of a profit you make and tax you on it.
Takes the fun out of
it. No, it's just this. I honestly, right now, I'm surprised that I didn't place a wager this morning on whether it would be the sun would rise at 7:21 or 7:22.
Well, don't worry. We're a week away from the ultimate prop bet game.
So, can't wait.
I love
By the
Super
way,
Bowl
we're
prop
going to
bets.
have our own version of it.
Yeah, we got some neat ones.
We have our own version of it here at The Fanatic, so you're going to want to be a part of that. You're going to want to be with us next week. So it's a lot of time. All right, coming up, this guy only has one chance to make a first impression, and he's going to do it today. And that is where we will begin the 8 o'clock hour. This is halftime, so get stretched, get hydrated, and hang out with us. It's the John Kincade Show. This is 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's John Kincade from my friends at T-Mobile. I'm so glad to welcome them into the 97.5 The Fanatic family and to be able to sing their praises because I have been a legitimate customer as long as T-Mobile's existed. Why? I don't have to hop around from company to company to get the best rates and the best service because I've already got it. But during COVID, it's been amazing to me. First of all, I've been learning to cook, so I've had to use my T-Mobile device in the kitchen. And with T-Mobile and Sprint merging, I've got their best network ever right here in Philadelphia. They've added 1 million square miles nationwide of expanded LTE coverage. So they got more towers, more engineers, and more coverage than ever before. I love my T-Mobile devices. And you will too. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today. So please give T-Mobile a chance to win your business. I can tell you this, they won mine a long time ago, and I've never left. Why? Because when you get the best service at the best prices, it's the best network. Check out my friends at T-Mobile and tell them that John Kincade from 97.5 The Fanatic sent you. Visit T-Mobile.com to learn more today. And a reminder, coverage is not available in some areas.
I hate Steven Singer.
I get that a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied.
So, how can I help you?
Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
Celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team to get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay and Kansas City play next Sunday. That's right, you can bet $5 and win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. I think I like Andy Reid and Kansas City to win this one. And you know I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long. The app's so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals, live betting, odds boosts, and specials, and so much more. But my favorite feature is definitely the same game parlays, where you could get a massive payout. There's no better time than now to try FanDuel Sportsbook. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Natalie to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Natalie.
Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on a designated Boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit-forming with no next-day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night, so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
For the big game, there's one thing everyone can agree on. Fresh, soft pretzels. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com now and order your pretzel tray. You can't forget the pretzels, and there's bound to be a Philly Pretzel Factory near you. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com to find your location. Score the extra point with your choice of dips, from cheese to chocolate to super hot mustard. You and your pretzel tray will be the real MVP of the game. Philly Pretzel Factory, where better gets made.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Let's face it, football fans, 2020 was kind of like... Ouch! But Unibet Sportsbook is betting 2021 is going to be a bit more like... And it starts with a big game. Sign up for $20 free today, $21 on game day, and two $250 risk-free bets. Let's do 2021 better. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap. $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, with football playoffs winding down, it's time to get started on your New Year's resolution of finally losing that extra COVID fat. Don't spend another year struggling. Since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's highly successful program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. You're not sure if you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. You also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. With locations close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill, NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. Don't want to leave your home? NJ Diet is also available with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to NJDiet.com and lose the weight for good. That's NJDiet.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Hello. 97.5 The Fanatic's FU Money. Your chance to win $500 right now.
And that means we want you to get paid today. Text the word studio, which is STUDIO. STUDIO. 45911. Or enter it on the 97.5 The Fanatic app or at 97.5thefanatic.com. That's the word studio. Text it now. One winner selected at random wins $500, and everyone that enters. So this is why you got to do this at least once. You're qualified to win a $10,000 grand prize. So get complete rules for this company-wide contest at 97.5thefanatic.com, and it's all presented by Adam Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. You can get 0% financing right now for 6 years on an HVAC system from our friends at Adam Mechanical. It's a Friday. Make yourself some cash. Good luck, everybody. Eight o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. You feeling it this morning? You're not even bopping at all, Egan. You're not bopping at all to this. You're eating.
You want to talk about forced halftime shows? Maroon 5 was one of the worst I've ever seen.
No question. No, but it's above The Weeknd.
No.
Above, yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
John, everybody's working for The Weeknd.
The Weeknd will be better than
everybody
Maroon 5,
wants a new romance.
Yeah, you know. Okay. You're with it.
Everybody's going off the deep end.
Adam Levine, is that the guy?
Yes.
Hey, I worked a Super Bowl green room once, and he has the chick wallet. You know, like the long
Oh, he does?
zipper.
Oh, no, he
And he
doesn't.
keeps it in his back pocket.
No, he doesn't.
And I thought it was
Does
the
he?
douchiest look I've ever
That
seen
is
in my
not
life.
surprising at all.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not allowed to do this because then someone will be pissed about it. He played our Christmas party.
Oh.
Adam Levine. Every year they would have a guest musical act at the Christmas party, and you never knew who the musical act was, and it was always somebody
cool.
big. So it was Cumulus Media, and they would bring in somebody big to do it. And Adam
Did you
Levine,
ever get Big Boy or Outkast?
Adam Levine. I'm trying to think of others. Adam Levine. Oh gosh,
T.I.
country music. No, T.I. was not there. He was probably between one of his terms in prison. But he was right down the street. We could have gone and visited him.
Yeah, it's a work release.
Could have gone and visited him. Zach Brown. Zach Brown played one year.
That sounds
like
terrible.
they would go and get no, it was good.
No, Zach Brown's talented.
Zach Brown's pretty good.
No, I'm out.
It's good. Yesterday you brought up a musical act, and then I said,
Oh, Bubba Sparks. 3 X's, throw them up.
You brought up Bubba Sparks. And he goes, yeah, John's rocking out to Bubba Sparks. And I said, yeah. I said, Bubba, I think a fan.
We had a record player at our last
Wait a minute,
holiday
at your
party.
house, you mean?
No, at our last company holiday party. I think Coach was in charge of entertainment. He brought a record player.
It was only one record, too.
So Coach was spinning the tunes.
Did someone move the needle on that thing
Yeah,
again?
right? It kept skipping.
I mean, okay, what is Coach's go-to tune? Get everybody out on the dance floor.
Spice Girls.
No, it's Taylor Swift.
Is it what?
Aqua, Barbie
Coach,
Girl.
what is it? What is it? What are you going to get everybody out there? Everybody out on the dance floor. What's the tune?
Man.
Don't say Proud Mary.
No.
Come on, man.
no.
You were a DJ
Probably,
for a long time.
Come on.
The Train. Come on, ride the train.
Oh, yeah.
How about The Power by Snap?
No.
CNC Music Factory. Gonna make you sweat.
Wait a minute. This isn't a strip club.
Yeah, no, but
it's
that's
a Christmas party.
Where do you think he was a DJ?
Oh, that is the truth.
I told you.
No.
Fantasia, come on down.
Coming to stage 4.
Now on the
Chastity.
main stage, Pat Egan and his bride coming into the Christmas party. There it is.
Coach scares me a little bit.
It does. It gets you scared.
I think there's some things going on with him we know nothing
you
about.
talk about the strip. I did DJ in strip bar. Years ago.
Okay, did that
How'd that
work out
bad
for you?
effect on you?
I mean, seriously, it's like you're doing the world's largest sausage party, and you're at a strip club. Is what I would think.
No. We'll tell stories off the air.
Hey, it's all brought to you. The 8 o'clock hour brought to you by Martin Law. We may need them after this. The law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. And where I begin, the expression states that you can only get one chance to make a first impression. So, Nick Sirianni, consider yourself on the clock today. It's the grand unveiling. It only took a week for the Eagles to decide that their new leader was ready for his close-up. And in typical Philly fashion, I'm sure that no one on social media this afternoon is going to overreact to anything that he says today. It's a young coaching staff and a young leader taking over for a Super Bowl winning coach who showed us that he couldn't control his locker room and his star player. If he comes out without addressing a clear plan to handle Carson Wentz, I will say it now, this debut will be a flop. He has got to have an answer. A week is plenty of time to learn the talking points, rehearse your lines. It's time to pull back the curtain, and we're going to find out this afternoon whether the show that's going to go on January the 29th is worth it. John Kincade, Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I'll say it right now, is that's the idea is that he's had a week to prepare this, to be coached up, to know what he's supposed to say. There better be an answer on Carson Wentz. Are we going to have some unveiling that Carson and I have spoken? And I'm looking forward to working with him. If I hear that today, I will be much more optimistic about what goes down.
I don't think you're going to hear that. I watched the interview he did with Dave Spadaro yesterday, which was basically a trial run, a dress rehearsal, if you will, for today's press conference. And he was asked that question, and it was, well, we're very fortunate to have two quarterbacks that can play the game well.
So he was asked if he talked to him yet?
He was asked if the quarterback situation was a focal point of the interview process. And he basically said, we're in a very good situation. We have 2 quarterbacks. So I don't think you're going to get that because I don't think he knows.
Jeff McClain, Zach Berman, Les Bowen.
I'll take Zach Berman at plus 250 for first question.
So, who's the favorite, though? Who is the favorite to ask to the first person to put Nick Sirianni up against the wall?
Jeff McClain.
Jeff McClain. He's the leader in the club.
He's the odds-on favorite.
I'm looking at the Parks Casino Sportsbook app right now, and it does have Jeff McClain as the leader for that.
See, I don't want to be hypocritical because a couple weeks ago I said whoever you hire as head coach, I just want to come out and say, look, this team won 4 games last year. I can't worry about one position. I have to worry about every position.
I love that answer.
Right?
I love that answer. Wouldn't you?
I hear you.
But there's one big question.
And so it'll go on and on and on and on and on. Like it'll go on so much that Sirianni's going to be like, "Oh my God, can we talk about something else?" I don't think his answers are going to be generic. And what sucks for him is when the Sharks, being the media, hear generic, they really start closing in.
It is, and they should.
And then he's really going to get annoyed. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
That's
today.
one of the reasons that I just enjoy the Philly media so much. Is the idea that there are so many colorful personalities that are all they'll knife fight each other to be the one that brings out the story. I come from a much softer media market in Atlanta, much softer.
I always think about Andy Reid, his first trip down to the coaching, whatever it is, like the meeting with all the coaches.
Okay.
And he's in Kansas City, and he goes, where is everybody else? Because there was 2 media members.
And he was just like comfortable, right? He was very
he was shocked because he comes from 13 beat writers for everywhere, asking all the tough questions, and Kansas City's guys are like, so, what do you think of barbecue?
And they are agenda-driven in some of those smaller markets. It is a pleasure for the coach compared to being in a place like New York, Philly, Chicago, or Boston, or what are those places, because they don't have to. The coach of the Falcons doesn't face three newspapers, doesn't face all these various media, and the questions are not as hard-hitting. Let's put it that way.
I kid you not when I say there have been times over the years where I felt bad for coaches, players, whatever it may be, because I could sit, as much as I needed the answers in my old job, I would sit there and say, my God, I know in their head they're saying, I just want to go coach, or I just want to go play. I didn't shoot 1,000 jumpers a day to sit in front of media members and have them pick my brain. So it's tough. And some guys are good at it. I don't think Doug Peterson was real good at it. And it does affect, unfortunately, people's perception of you a lot.
Yeah, I'm not going to know one way or another after today's press conference if he's a good coach or if he isn't a good coach. The only thing I'm looking to gain from it is kind of figuring out what his personality is and maybe a philosophical thing or two, but I don't think we're going to gain any real knowledge today.
I'm going to tell you that I'm going to know one thing today about Nick Sirianni that I don't know now.
He likes Rocky, don't worry.
Can he handle the Philly press? Because today's his first exposure to it, but he gets to do it in Zoom.
He's lucky.
Not only does he get to do it in Zoom, he gets to do it, 5 days after he was hired? I mean,
7.
It's okay. It's but I mean, like 5 days after they brought him in.
You mean for the photo shoot?
Exactly.
Oh,
like they've been coaching
look at the
him.
lighting in here.
He's doing interviews with Dave Spadaro. Like they're obviously coaching him on how to respond and what to be ready for. That to me is weak.
Look,
because you're already on Zoom.
It's Zoom, which is just in and of itself scourge of society right now. It's the scourge of society. It's so easy because we will address you. And then you speak.
Yes, and we can cut you off.
And we can cut off your mic anytime we want. I mean, it's a much different atmosphere than when he opens up his first training camp. Like, I was surprised on the videos the other day. He walked out onto the practice field at NovaCare, and he says, so we're gonna do training camp here? He says on the video.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't know. And I'm like, that surprised me. You took the job that wouldn't have been one of the questions. Where do we do training camp? How much control? He walked down the practice fields and he goes, do we do training camp here? He asked the question right on the Eagles website. Do we do training camp here? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, wow, this is going to be great.
Yeah, I heard other people bringing that up. That didn't
bother
surprise
you?
No, because I don't know if you... It didn't, because if you're going that deep in an interview, my God, you could interview for 60 hours.
Where training camp is, I think, is huge.
Well, if they say we have a complex where we have training camp and it's his first time at the complex, like maybe there was other fields, other places or something. You know what I mean? I didn't. Yeah, I didn't mind that wasn't dove into.
610-632-0975. Stephen Olney joins us on the John Kincade Show. Steve, good morning. How are you?
Morning, guys. Well, just like my now suspended Twitter handle used to say, this guy has to get through today's pseudo press conference without a gold standard quarterback factory moment that we're going to mock for the next 15, 20 years. Like, I don't be quarterback factory. Oh, that and like the ice cream, and just don't give us anything that we're going to kill you with.
I like vanilla and chocolate.
Steve, what do you think you'll learn about him today?
Nothing.
So you're like, I guess what? I am Steve, I'm surprised. I thank you for your call. I am so surprised at you guys because I really did think that one of you was going to be my kindred spirit today.
Gosh, it went great.
You guys, I
guess I'm closest of the three of us.
I think what it is, though, is that
be napping.
As a fan of all of these, teams for my entire life, I haven't been swimming in this pool 24/7 the way you have.
Yeah.
So my perspective is more fresh.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I was expecting you guys to be so excited today, and it's like none of you. There's a blank stare. It's like I'm in the receiving line at a funeral. I mean, it's like, no, we're not going to learn anything today. We're not going to learn anything.
And Cooney brought up a great point. The longest tenured coach here, other than Jim Curtin, has been here for 7.5 minutes. We're used to this. This is old hat for us. I mean, another coaching press conference. Here we go.
I'm hoping we don't.
Which team?
I'm hoping we don't have one for.
Oh, it's Eagles today? All right, cool.
I'm hoping we don't have one for a long time.
Guess we're doing Sixers next week, Flyers the week after.
You know what else takes it down a notch, John? It's on a Friday afternoon.
Oh, it's the news dump.
Which screams news dump.
It does, and correctly so. There's a reason for it, but it does. It takes it down. If it's a Monday, we're pumped because it's giving us, fuel for the fire for the rest of the week.
I saw my one of my, cousins who doesn't spell his name right, and he's not a real cousin, but everybody assumes we're related, is Kevin Kincade, writer at Crossing Broad. And he was putting something yesterday. He goes, why does anyone care how long it's taken Nick Sirianni to talk to the media? And I'm like, I care. Why the hell can't you get behind a microphone and say, we hired the guy. It took 4 days to get a press release for what every media outlet had already reported. It never takes 4 days for an organization to confirm they've hired somebody. And it never has ever before required a coaching staff to be entirely filled out before a coach has his press conference.
Look what this Carson Wentz situation has done. I mean, truthfully, if Carson Wentz just spoke at any point, we probably aren't waiting 5 to 7 days to hear from the coach. It's not on a day of a news dump. I can't believe it's taken 2 hours in the show to hear news dump, because that's what it is. It's a news dump on a Friday
afternoon.
And, they've been coaching him because of this mess that we're in, all because they drafted a quarterback in round 2, which is never going to be a good move.
Hey, in Cooney's corner, he loves being ultra competitive at all times. Maybe not this
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's corner.
How competitive? I mean, so Bob, you're thinking sports, man. You see sports in the mind 24/7. Competition is what you're about.
I do love competition.
You do. You're all about it.
I do. I love competition.
You live it. You breathe it. You're feisty with it.
And it's funny because last night, as I'm sitting there watching TV, I realized to myself, oh my God, you're watching a cooking competition, which I do an awful lot.
Which one?
Really?
I can't get away from competition.
Which one,
Bobby
though?
Flay. Beat Bobby Flay?
I haven't watched that one.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely. And then I started
Real
thinking
quick,
in my
can
mind,
you paint the picture? Do you compete against Bobby Flay?
So here's what it is. Yeah, they have usually two celebrities are judges, and Bobby Flay sits with them. They bring out two chefs. Bobby Flay gives them an ingredient that has to be the main part of their, and then they make a dish against each other. Whoever wins that then competes against Bobby Flay.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They said watch that.
Yeah, I would too.
It's great.
By the way, his American Cafe, they closed it in Manhattan. Spectacular.
Oh, really?
One of my favorite places to eat.
Yeah.
And closed it down.
Yeah, so
I love that, though.
But yeah, so I'm watching that, and then I change over, and I'm watching like a fishing competition. And anyway, it just got in my head, like, is that all you watch? Is that really attracts me as competition? And it is. And so I ask you guys, besides sports, is there any, because I have something specific here, is there anything that you really enjoy watching or being a part of that is competitive that isn't a sport?
Competitive.
Or is competition always sports?
Well, I love Jeopardy.
There it is.
That's a competition.
That's a good one.
Okay, this is. I think there's a lot of people that are going to agree with me on this one. I love trying to see if I can beat the ETA on my Waze.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I love it. I live for it.
I love that too.
Oh yeah.
I look at it and I say, let's get
It's a
that
challenge.
down.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's why, John, I swear to God, it's why I am never late.
I hate being late.
That is a competition to me. Like,
Okay, that's
I
good.
never am late.
I used to like when HGTV used to have competitive like building shows.
Okay.
They would have because it's something I admire people that do things that I can't do.
Yes.
I love watching people that can create, people that can have a concept and create it, get a bunch of lumber and everything. Because I admire it because I have no ability in that way.
There was a show to that. Was it Love It or List It?
Love It or
That's
List It.
a competition.
That is a competition
That's
between the
another
two
one of my
realtors.
shows.
That's a
By the
good
way-
one.
By the way, Sneaky Hot.
She's like 70 years old.
Hey.
Hey, we don't age on the show.
I'm
We're
just
not
saying.
Snow
aging.
cougars are
sneaky.
sexy.
I said, it's
I
a
will tell you
fact.
this. I like
Hillary?
competition. Hillary,
Yeah.
and whatever his name is, but
David.
and David. They're awesome. They're awesome. They do a great show.
They do.
I've seen it when the Property Brothers have competed against each other.
They have a new one or
with
something.
celebrities too.
Yeah.
They'll compete against each other with celebrities, and you try to get someone who has no acumen for doing it to learn how to do it.
Would you consider Shark Tank a competition?
Yes, I love Shark Tank.
I love Shark Tank.
My
Like,
wife
seriously,
won't
if we
watch it
think
anymore.
about this, almost everything we do is competition. Because it started to scare me a little bit last night when I came up with this, that, oh my God, is everything I watch, is everything I do competitive?
When I was between jobs, my bride said to me, stop talking to the television set watching Price is Right. She's like, first of all, go back and get a job so you're not sitting here watching Price is Right. And stop yelling at the contestant going, you're an idiot. Why did you pick that?
Let me ask you, does anybody else here, and we're in the trust tree,
Okay.
flush the toilet before you're done peeing to see if you can beat it?
I've
What?
done that, yeah.
So you're peeing, you're in midstream,
Yeah, I've
and you
done
flush the toilet to see if you can beat it.
No, because then the pee ends up in the
Well, you can flush again.
Well, you have to flush again.
It
you
requires
just flush
a second
again.
flush.
Not if you time it right.
Or if you're
though.
well hydrated, it could sit there.
Jack with the Jack's not at the point yet where he's learning. Is he learning to do all that?
He's trying.
Do you put the Cheerio in the bowl?
No.
Oh, a little
For the
target
boy?
practice?
For the boys.
No,
yes.
we have a mini urinal that has like a frog, and you're supposed to. So it's in the same realm.
By the way, I've been shot down on that idea.
What, peeing?
In the new home?
You want to put Cheerios in your toilet bowl?
I wanted a urinal.
I'm getting shot down on something also.
Oh, get one in the basement. That's a dream of mine.
I had a friend that had that.
Finished basement. I want.
Do it.
I would like a urinal.
Power through.
I wanted an outdoor shower whenever we get a new house.
Yeah.
And she
Well, you
seems
have-
like it's crazy
Well, you
idea.
rich
No, it's
people have
awesome.
pools.
Yeah. Huh?
You rich people have pools. I mean,
don't even have a house.
I like to go to the community.
I've always wanted the outdoor shower.
So back to the competition. Mine
Yes.
won, and I'm surprised none of you guys said this. It happens once a year. It's on ESPN, but it is not a sport.
Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee.
Spelling Bee's great. Yeah.
I love watching the
Wow.
Spelling Bee. I hate it because I see
feel
10-year-old
inadequate.
kids like sweating and going crazy and about to cry. But
And it's the happiest little ding when they get it
Oh
wrong.
yes, you love seeing them lose and then seeing who's going to cry.
Yeah. Who's
Hey.
going to suffer the most?
One of our listeners, Anthony Argano, sends in. He says he loves Project Runway.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Is that Padma?
What is that? I don't even know what it is.
Is that the Heidi Klum one?
Yeah.
It's where they compete. You have a bunch of seamstresses or
Oh, so they're
seamsters.
designers?
Yeah, and they have to, I believe.
I've heard the term, like the show, but I've never seen
I
it.
believe that's the one where
And
they get
Top
material.
Chef.
Top Chef is awesome.
What is Top Chef?
You basically compete. You take, say, 20 chefs from around the country. A bunch of Philly chefs have been in it, and they go and they compete against other
Is that
chefs.
the one where like and then one gets sent home? Each.
I believe so, yeah.
No, that's Chopped.
No. I think Chopped is something different.
That's where you
Top
get the
Chefs goes week
ingredients.
to week to week
Chopped
to week,
is
I
the
think.
guy from Queer Eye, from the original Queer Eye.
Right,
who
that
hosts
is correct. Yeah.
Isn't Chop the one where you get the basket and you have to make something
Yes.
out of what the basket
Yeah,
is?
and that show in and of itself, I don't like in a way, but I'll watch it. I'll find myself watching it.
used to like it a lot
because
more.
they'll be like, "Here, we're giving you prunes,
Make a
and
dinner.
we're giving you prunes, and we're giving you yogurt, and we're giving you flank steak, and you have to make something out of it." I'm like, just let them create something that they want. Hey, if you're driving less, you can be saving more on car insurance. Save money with pay-per-mile insurance from Allstate. Call a local Allstate agent and get a quote today. Could have used that yesterday. As I drove all the way to Lansdale when I was heading to
At least
Fort
you didn't have
Washington.
Egan with you.
When I was driving to Fort Washington.
Just wanted to hang out with you more, Bob.
So this is a point of contention here in the family.
Horrible.
Within the family.
It was, John, it was horrible.
Oh, my gosh, it was a horrible
I
experience.
literally handed him my phone, and I said, all right, let me know when, what exit when we have to get off the exit. So casually I look over because, Egan can jabber a little bit. He's in the middle of one of his 25 stories, and I look at my phone. It says, all right, 8 minutes to the turn. So I'm driving, and then finally I look up. I'm like, Pat, how much longer we got to go? It says 18 miles. I'm like, what? A minute ago it was 3 miles. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we missed it.
I'm not going to apologize for valuing our friendship, Bob.
Bob's worst nightmare?
Oh, it was horrible.
The bicycle built for three with Egan and me.
Yeah, Bob was not happy with me.
On a long bike ride.
Yeah, like earphones.
I thought we could bond some more,
Oh, man.
By the way, upsetting news. Rob Shutt tweets in that Love It or Listed is fake. They tape both endings and go with the one that they think makes better TV.
What?
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're going to have to research that at the break.
As someone who is in negotiating,
they do it in Canada.
As someone who is in trying to get to the point that we would get into negotiations with HDTV, I'm gonna have to check that out and investigate it. If I can get that Shaq show on the air,
oh yeah,
oh my gosh, if I can get them to buy Shaq's house,
that would be a good show.
People would watch. Everybody would watch it.
Hell yeah.
Shaq helping the Property Brothers come in, help Shaq renovate. Because he literally customized his house so much that he can't sell it. Can't sell it. Hey, guys, Tristan says Survivor's his favorite competition show. I watched 3 of the Survivors, and then I've seen them all.
I don't know.
It's the same thing over and over again.
I don't do reality.
610-632-0975. All right, coming up. It's mythical. It's not happening. But people still like to dream. It's the John Kincade Show. This is 97.5 The Fanatic. I know the home teams, and I love the home teams, and my home team sports book app that I love is the Parx Casino Sportsbook app, and I have been using it, and I've been cashing in on this. How? Because I can get on in the action for all the home teams. I can find out the prop bets. I can find the in-game wagering. And all I will tell you is this, the Parx Casino Sportsbook app, why I went with it is because of easy deposits, great odds, outstanding customer service, and I wanted to be wagering with the home team, the one based right here. So it makes it easy for me. You can get your first bet risk-free up to $500. All you do is download the app or go to parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. Your risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit. See the website for terms and conditions. I love the convenience of the app. I love the ability to just say, hey, I want to put a couple bucks in the games. And it feels like you're more involved. Let's put it that way, especially during COVID when we're not even allowed to go to the games. So enjoy them right from your living room. The home team sports betting app from Parx Casino. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Back out to Joel. He's open. 3-ball shot in the air. Bang, it's good.
Sixers, Wolves, tonight at 8 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/news. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm going to say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next, and bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español? Hablo. It's hablo? Yes. It's hablo.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in Babbel to our real-life situations.
The app is so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55, is bringing back their golden ticket giveaway with up to $55 million in prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is enter DraftKings' free Super Bowl prediction challenge. Once you submit your picks, you'll get a free instant prize up to $25,000. Download the DraftKings app now and use code KJZ. That's code KJZ. Only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of Super Bowl 55. Terms, conditions, and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Sure thing. We can help you replace those wipers. If yours are squeaking or streaking, it's probably time. We've got a wide selection of wipers that can stand up to any weather, including the right ones for your make and model. We've even got more ways to get them fast, like our next day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
For DIY projects, you know the Home Depot's always in your corner. Now with our mobile app, it can also be in the palm of your hand. With digital tools like image search, snap a picture of something. It'll recognize it and serve up product suggestions in seconds. And our product locator will check availability and lead you right to it. The Home Depot mobile app. Download it today to get started. Only from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Want to get an edge for your weekend betting? Check out Rob Matthi's Saturday nights from 6 to 10 p.m.
Sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Before you put your hard-earned money down, get strategic info for the best odds and enhanced odds boosts. Place any bet you want, but before you do, check out Rob Matthi's Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. And on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
In this corner, wearing 4 layers of flannel, it's I'm too cold. And in this corner, stripped down to nothing but his tidy whities, it's I'm too hot. Let's get ready to tumble over each other, trying to reset the thermostat.
If this sounds like your home, it's time for a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane. With a whole-house air filtration system so your family is breathing only the cleanest air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
The success of Janet's meal prep business is keeping her from keeping up with customer appetites.
Paleo Prep Meals, this is Janet. Yep, you just reheat. But we actually have a wait list currently. Oh, can you hold on one sec?
She needs to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other branded job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Imagine feeling the freedom of 20/20 vision without the hassle of foggy glasses and contacts. Well, thanks to the LASIK Vision Institute, that freedom could be yours. If you want LASIK, then the LASIK Vision Institute has officially taken away everything standing in your way. At the LASIK Vision Institute, we're offering dramatically low prices, as low as $220 per eye, plus affordable financing. Go to LASIK.com and see if LASIK is right for you. The LASIK Vision Institute offers the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology, and our expert medical teams have performed over 1.3 million procedures. Technology and experience, all more affordable than you might imagine. Go to LASIK.com today to schedule your free consultation and start feeling the freedom of better vision. That's LASIK.com. Individual results vary. $220 per eye price available based on prescription. Go to LASIK.com for details. Patients age 40 and over will likely experience the need for reading glasses.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey.
Do you know this one?
My favorite rapper. I would love to watch people in Atlanta lose their mind.
I love old school Kanye.
John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm laughing because Jamie Lynch and I were talking before coming back. The Real World came up.
I was wondering if that's quote a competition.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's called The Challenge.
It's very staged, but the bring up the puck is when I was out on the Real World.
Oh, Puck. San Francisco.
Yes. This is the true story of 7 strangers.
What's wrong with Puck?
He picked his nose and then dipped his fingers in the peanut butter, in the community peanut butter. At that point, I was done.
Wasn't he kicked out?
No, he didn't get kicked out. I don't think
he got kicked out of the house. Yeah, I think so.
I know Pedro died.
R.I.P.
And then I stopped watching.
Did a lot for
I stopped watching.
AIDS awareness.
It was like, that was it. Can't watch it. Bob did not watch this.
No, I can't think of something he'd much rather less watch.
Oh, I was a sucker for the Real World for a while.
The Real World. My gosh, they were talking initially. We found out that Tyrone just watched the Bachelor or Bachelorette. One of those shows.
That might be my hell.
That would be my hell.
Yeah.
What's even worse is the sports writers tweeting about it.
It takes over my time. I think it's Monday night. It's on.
A guy will say to me, going, "Oh my gosh, well you watch General Hospital?" I'm like, "Yes," and I don't sit there at the end of the first segment and go, "Oh my gosh, the Quartermains are out of control today." I mean, who cares what you're watching on TV?
Actually, I lied. My hell was listening to you two talk General Hospital theories early before we went on air this morning.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we don't. Bob and I aren't going, boy, that was a really exciting finale on Friday.
No, we don't tweet it. We text it.
I wonder if Ava's going to really die.
How about the power move by Doris Burke the other night to throw her son-in-law under the bus about, yeah, there are guys out there who act like they don't like watching The Bachelor, but they secretly do.
Yes, they do.
No, it's too fake. If something's that fake, I can't.
Oh, I hate it.
And the people that enjoy it know it's fake.
I will tell you this.
I can't. That seems like a waste of time. What's fake? The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yeah, just how they ham everything up and their stories.
So I need to know the premise. It's a really good-looking guy or a really good-looking girl that is trying to find someone to marry?
Yes.
Why is the really good-looking guy? Why does he need help?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Like, the girls I see on there seem to be pretty gorgeous.
The guy right now is a really good-looking dude.
I'm sure.
Why in the world does that guy need help meeting women?
He's just being used for his good looks.
That's what I'm saying.
Needs true
so
love.
It's fake. So it's fake.
Yes,
most of the time, they're douchebags.
Yeah. Well, no.
Most
I can
of the
tell
time.
you, you're doing the Magic Johnson thing again. You're doing the thing. I tell you,
that was a great take.
Yeah, it was really. There is one Rogers brother who is like that.
Yeah, Jordan.
His name's Aaron. Jordan is not like that. Is not like that. You would like him very much. You would like him very much.
No, I'm all right.
No, I mean you would like him very much.
I think less. I had a friend who got pretty far into The Bachelorette.
Was one of the
process.
contestants? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm talking.
Did he get on the show?
No, it was a girl. And
she got on the show?
She didn't get on the show, but she was pretty deep into being selected.
She watched
I flat out told somebody I will lose respect for her if she goes on that show. I lose respect for people that go on that show.
I've told her.
Wow.
I told.
Because it's disgusting.
Wait a minute.
It's a mockery.
I've told Olivia you'll be out of the will. You'll be. She doesn't watch them, so she has no interest in them. But I've told her if you ever end up on one of those shows,
she's out of the will.
You're out of the will.
Really? Is it a real threat?
I'll give my money to the Peace Corps. I will give my money to Phil Abundance before I will give it to you if you go on one of those shows where the girls are like getting into hot tubs and going to the sex room with the guy.
No,
not doing that. No, you were raised better than that. And yes, you obviously have been given too much in life if that's what you do. Now, the Lynches of Montgomery County, they have a different idea.
Yeah.
Here it is. Master Jamie. Master Jamie, we have 3 young bachelorettes coming over for you tonight.
Yes.
When you were single.
Sure.
We girls that they all bust tables at the club, but they're looking to have a much different lifestyle here.
Would you like me to hold the camera?
Yes, Master Jamie. Do you prefer tonight? Are we looking at a blonde or a brunette tonight?
That would be nice.
Yes, yes. Can you imagine that?
Choices?
Would you do it? You would
Memories,
never.
huh, Jamie?
You would never do
Yeah.
that, Egan. So you're telling me if someone came to you, if a television executive came to you and said, "We want to make you the Bachelor," you and you're
in a
single.
heartbeat. Yeah.
Then why would you
Let's
say?
party.
Then why would you say you'd lose respect for the female you knew that was going to be
He
a
has
contestant?
no respect for himself anyway.
Yeah, I have no respect for myself, so let's party. It's different. It's hard to describe. It's different because guys are, it's like the guy is on there for one reason.
I want them to do the Fatchular. I've suggested this
The
before.
Fat Bachelor?
Do the Bachelor, but a fat guy.
Oh.
And do a real-looking person. And I wonder if people would watch.
Very big fat person.
Would people watch if they made it the Fatchular? Or they made it, some real normal-looking, or a guy who can't find love. A guy who can't find love. Do you ever walk through the mall and you see guys, you see these women with beautiful ladies, or you see good-looking guys and their partner doesn't look like they match. There are women that would line up to be on that show to find love with the guy that can't find love. There would be.
Camille?
There would be. They'd find him.
You listening?
I don't know. The coach, we can maybe pull this off. I know they're trying to do something like this with Mike Miscellaneous in the afternoon. They're trying to do some sort of...
Are they trying to do matchmaker?
Yeah, like they're trying to do some sort of a countdown. I heard Ty and Natalie the other day lining up like, would this celebrity... like I don't know if he wants to do a bracket challenge or something. But it could very well be.
He should do the Field of 64 bachelorettes, and he can date them all.
If they were interested, I guess he could. He could do that. What would you give up for this?
This is the linchpin.
What would you give up for this?
Not that I think the Eagles will be making a call about Deshaun Watson, but what would be your max? If you're a Jacksonville, if you're a Carolina... If you're one of these teams that Miami is maybe considering the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes.
Miami just drafted a quarterback 5th last year, didn't they?
Yeah, sure. They could flip Tua and it's part of the deal if
Nobody
they wanted.
wants Tua.
Well,
Nobody
whatever.
wants Tua.
If you're a team that's in the running for Deshaun Watson, what's your breaking point? What's your limit that you would go? 4 future firsts?
No way.
3?
Wow. And
No.
we just saw
It's a proven commodity versus unknown.
Nope.
Right.
And there is the contract you have to deal with, which makes things difficult. But what's your breaking point?
2 first-round picks can be involved in the deal. 2.
Would you
And
give up
players.
this year's 6th?
I would give up this year's 6 and a second.
Would you give up Carson Wentz, Miles Sanders, a 6th this year and a future first next year?
The question is what time do I need to have those bodies in Houston? When do I need them there?
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that I carry the bags for Miles so they get there.
Anything past 3 first-round picks, you're
3 first-round
you're
picks,
out.
I'm out. I'm absolutely out. You can cripple a franchise with that. And you can go get a shiny toy. Remember, Deshaun Watson went 4-12 this year. If he's not surrounded with the perfect conditions, he's a 4-12 quarterback.
Wow.
He was a 4-12 quarterback.
He was this
And
year.
by the way,
I don't know if I can
the
define him as a
Houston
4-12 quarterback.
The Houston Texans underachieved this year, Bob. That roster underachieved.
Yeah, no question.
It was not a 4-win roster.
Yeah.
Just
Bill
like the
O'Brien
Eagles.
was an idiot.
The Eagles were a 4-win team that underachieved, I believe.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
underachieved. They should have been like. Now, I don't think Houston should have been more than maybe 6 or 7, but they underachieved.
Oh God, they were really good like a couple of years
They
ago.
were in the playoffs the year before, I believe.
Yeah, they were up. They had a 20-0 lead on Kansas City or something like that.
I
Remember?
mean, seriously.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would.
Because I think a team out there is going to be desperate enough to throw 3 or 4 first.
Well, Shefty just put out there on Twitter. He said, hypothetical question here. And Jamie and I are both like, yeah, okay. Jacksonville giving up the first overall pick to Houston to get him.
I would do it in a second if I was Urban Meyer.
It's proven versus unknown.
You've got all the salary cap space, so you've got it.
Right.
You solve the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And then Houston is frothing at the mouth because It's easy to sew your way out of the hell they're in
Sure.
right now to say Trevor Lawrence is coming to town.
I think it's almost a no-brainer for both teams if that's
think
how
so,
it's
too.
presented. I mean, there's going to be some other variables, but
It could be Shefty just messing with us on a Friday.
Shefty's doesn't.
He's really
I don't
good.
know.
He's really good at getting people chatting.
Did you guys
He
see the
does.
Orlovsky tweet?
What did he say?
Orlovsky said something like, I got a feeling we're going to see some fireworks or something. Yeah.
Today?
And that was at like 6 in the morning. Because
Wow.
he was up listening to us.
Fireworks today.
He's waiting for that Nick Sirianni press conference.
D.O., you can always jump in if you want fireworks. We've got the
Do you
fireworks
consider
coming.
Stafford fireworks?
No.
Neither do I.
No, and I love
He'll
that.
help a team tremendously.
Yes. Well,
if it's the right team, meaning
Yes.
like a Denver
Yes.
with a solid defense or a Carolina. Like if he goes to a team like that, I think he'll help them
see, I
tremendously.
think if he goes to Denver or Carolina, he makes him a wild card.
A wild card playoff team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes him something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I'm
I
not
don't
saying
see
Super
him
Bowl
elevating him to
contender.
Super Bowl.
But I see him making somebody a playoff team.
Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson could make you a Super Bowl team.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, no, though. Hey, Martin Law's the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Now, I said I wanted to see The Fatchiller. And I've been pitching this idea before. Or some other network needs to do it. So you get a real...
Like Comedy Central?
a real-looking person. Just me, like somebody who has some blemishes to them. Somebody who doesn't look ultra hot. Now, I believe Pam in Drexel Hill has a proposal for us. Pam, a proposal for us here?
Hey there, Kinker. It's your friend Pam.
Hi, Pam. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing well. The guys now know Kinker. Now they now know
That's
Kinker.
John's nickname is Kinker.
There you go.
All right, we got it.
So they know Kinker.
That's
So
from the 80s.
so that is from the 80s.
Hey, Pam, did you go to a wedding a couple weeks ago with somebody I might know?
Yes, I did.
Did you have fun?
I had a great time.
Good job.
Tell
Good
us,
job.
what is your proposal then?
I think we should do The Bachelor and The Bachelorette for old people. You know, why can't we have the oldsters on there? There's a ton of us out here that are single.
Oh, you're not old,
You're
Pam.
not old, Pam.
Well, you know what I mean. Above 50.
If people saw Pam, by the way, they would not think she was her
I
age.
saw a picture of Pam last week.
And she's gorgeous. So you're talking about doing The Bachelorette or
Yeah, there's a ton of single people in their 50s and 60s. Let's get them on there. We could.
I think this show should do it, Pam.
You think we should do it?
I'm all over it.
Wait, well, think about this and maybe find.
I've got some friends.
We can maybe work on this. Pam, stay out of trouble, please.
I will.
I don't want any phone calls late. I don't want any phone calls late. You didn't.
That's.
Kinker was, yes, Kinker's the thing. Already now I'm getting texts from people. Kinker, one of my cousins. Kinker?
So, how did you and Pam went to high school together?
Yes. Yes. And she has a fraternal twin.
Oh, okay.
They
guys have always been friends?
Always been friends. They're family. Her family's like family to mine.
Okay.
They're
All right.
great. They're great people.
Okay.
They're great
If
people.
there was if there was,
No, they're great
history
people.
between you and
Yes.
Pam.
No. There's no real
We're never going to cross this river again.
No real history.
I'm sensing something. I see a
there's
smile.
not. No, there's
What do you
not.
think, James?
No, there's not. There's just a lot of stuff, a lot of storylines there.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of storylines.
Guys listening to Led Zeppelin 4.
Yeah.
There's a winter storm coming, and I
Chicken.
believe,
coward.
I believe that. By the way, Martin Law, again, the law firm for injured workers. There's a winter storm coming, and so I want to know in advance. Now, Coach, this is what I did not understand about Eric Camille.
No, there's
Coach
plenty.
sat here this morning and goes, "Wait a minute." There's he's looking at my notes and everything, and he goes, "Oh, and you put here in the notes, there's a storm coming?" I'm like, "Yes, Coach, there's a storm coming. A giant storm is coming this way. And it could be epic. It could be a 2 to 3 inch snowstorm. It could be something that gets far worse, depending on how far the Arctic front comes down and everything like that." Coach had no idea about this at 5:30 this morning.
I didn't know about it until 5:30 this morning.
Well, you didn't read my notes from last night then.
I was
Good to know.
That's the old Randall
Good
trick.
to know. There
You
you
put
go.
100 in the playbook and you didn't read it.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, not a good look. You.
I mean, what is the plan for this? Monday, they say, Channel 6 yesterday. The spectacular Cecily Tynan and our friend Adam Joseph both were doing, they were all over this story. Cecily Tynan had on the television screen, Sunday, snow developing late. Monday, stay home.
Really?
It said on the graphic. It said Monday, stay home. I grew up here. I watched Jim O'Brien and Dave Roberts and everything. And I'm just telling Cecily, They never had a graphic that said stay home. This can't be that big a storm that they would be saying stay home on Monday. It said to the graphic, and I'm not teasing, and I'm not taking it out of context. Cecily's over at the thing, and it says Sunday, snow developing late, and then it says Monday, stay home was the advice.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've never heard that before here. Well, we've had snowstorms that were 3 feet here, 2 feet.
Well, what it is, John, is you have to, this far out of a storm, 2 days,
Yes.
3 days, whatever it was, it's somewhere between 2 inches and stay home.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Like that's what it's going to be until they get
So
it.
we gotta
until
plan?
they narrow it down a little bit. Like I would suggest, when you wake up tomorrow morning, I think we'll have a clear
We'll have
picture.
a better idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody just be prepared, and Coach, just whatever has to be done, you spring into action.
Don't forget your bread and eggs.
Oh, jeez. What does everyone want? French toast?
I don't know. I
downstairs?
never really understand it.
Hey, Egan, bring a little sunshine and fun to the show, please.
I will attempt to. All right, now, guys, this might be hard to understand, but life wasn't always as easy for me as I portray on the radio.
Really?
Being vertically challenged was tough growing up. I couldn't get on the Superman ride at Six Flags until I was 16. I was routinely carded at PG-13 movies, and high school dances were fun until Casey and JoJo came on. Girls don't really want to hunch down and dance with the little guy. Now, I've grown into the Adonis you see before you. I found a human girl.
I can't see you. Stand up on that crate,
I'm
please.
trying. I found a human girl to marry me, and only for a green card. Yes, life has truly done a 180 for me. But a study that's gone viral from the University of Chicago pointed out just how screwed I am if I ever have to hit the dating scene again. It looked at the average height of a man and a woman and how much one had to make to be deemed desirable by the other sex. So, for
Okay.
example, a guy who's 6'6" can make $63,000 less than a guy who's 6 foot. But as you can tell by the box that I'm currently standing on, I am not 6'6". Hell, I'm not even 5'6".
He's just a little guy.
So, gentlemen, I ask you, how much more money do I have to make to look as desirable to females as a guy who's 6 foot? Take your guess.
I'd say you have to. Your annual income must begin with a 2, and not 20,000. 200,000 plus. 200,000 plus.
How much more would a 5'3" guy have to make
Yeah.
to be a 6 foot guy? I'll say 80,000.
80,000.
I will say 140,000.
$240,000.
I win. Price is right.
Chuck and Joe, I need a raise. And
Man.
I'll be honest with you, that really pisses me off.
He's an angry elf.
Well, yeah, I am, because I have a lot going for me. I have 3 free meals at Qdoba thanks to my rewards card. I drive a car that I lease. I have an air fryer. Yet none of that is going to compare to 6 foot Steve from sales, even though he doesn't have a Qdoba rewards card. He just has a toaster oven, and he drives something called an Audi, whatever the hell that is. So, if you're a card-carrying member of the Lollipop Guild, you're fighting an uphill battle, because a nice contingent of the opposite sex is living by the motto, no cash, no ass, and if you want to be my boo, I need to see your W-2.
Wow. See?
Wow.
That's what it is. I believe that.
And finally, not all superheroes wear capes, just some are looking to fill up on Pump 5 and grab a jewel pod. That's what a Czech woman was doing, and we'll call her Svetlana because her name wasn't released. So Svet went to a gas station and saw...
Oh, you're calling her Svet like you know her.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
she went to a gas station and saw a robbery in place, but she didn't panic. Instead, she used what she had, her mouth. She wasn't about to let this scumbag just walk out with $87, but the cops were on their way. They weren't there yet, so she had to figure out a way to keep him in the location.
No, she didn't.
And that's when she offered some... fun.
No!
And amazingly, that actually did work. Who doesn't like a good bone? Exactly. So he stayed. And when the cops showed up, the woman and the perp were in the back enjoying each other's company. And the woman said something to the effect of, and I'm not even kidding here, "I'm done with him," which left the robber in a compromising position.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy was in shock. Some would say he was caught with his pants down. I-oh. The guy was arrested. Svetlana just vanished into the night.
What a giver.
Did she get arrested too, though? That's a lewd sex act in a parking lot.
Hey, look, I mean, the Czech Republic
It's
does...
a citizen's
it's
arrest,
different.
though.
Yeah, it's
She's
different.
detaining.
She's doing a public service.
She was detaining
She's
him?
most certainly detaining.
Yeah.
My gosh.
He would have known if 9 cop cars pulled up.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, and then finally we have one more. When you're a teenager
Good
and
old
you're at
Svet.
you're at a dead-end job, the idea of stealing
Is this
stuff...
you? Is this a story about you?
All right, well, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Actually, it's running more to close to you. The idea of stealing stuff may pop into your head. You weigh the pros and cons, and usually the biggest con is getting caught and losing that sweet gig that your parents made you get so you can afford car insurance. That's probably what Trey Brown from Gwinnett County, Georgia thought.
Wow,
Home of Lou Williams.
Gwinnett.
Exactly, as he sat in his job at Kroger's grocery store. So he decided to risk it and steal. He wasn't caught, so he did it again and again and again. And eventually his luck ran out.
I know how much he did.
And the Kroger management realized that Brown, in a 2-week stretch, had stolen $980,000.
What?
Wow.
Yes, from the Kroger.
The way he did it was by setting up fake returns for fake items. And the prices ranged anywhere from $75 to $87,000. And John, I'm sure you can speak to those common $87,000 shopping trips to Kroger's.
No, but you're pluralizing it. You're doing your Philly thing. Kroger is Kroger. It's never Kroger's.
Well, they're about to go out of business because they're
losing that money.
Yeah,
Well, in the area of Gwinnett County, he's in.
And it's understandable. I mean, you forget your coupons and you have to pay full price for everything, so it sucks. He bought guns, clothes, and a Camaro, which somehow he managed to total in that 2-week stretch.
Oh my gosh!
He tried to be smart with the money though, and buy stock in GameStop and Nokia, but couldn't because Robinhood halted trading. So instead, he stopped off at Old Navy where they were having a sweet sale.
There you go.
Wow.
You do know how to bring the fun.
800.
He's
That's what I do.
Very good.
Can't spell party without
I can't
Pat.
get over Svetlana.
Svetlana in the parking lot.
Svetlana's a real hero.
She really cares about her community.
She really does.
She did grab some scope on the way out.
She was retaining him.
I hope the scope was on the house.
Oh. She was detaining him in the parking lot. Now, you have to be arrested for that.
No, should her?
No, not Svet.
It's a citizen's arrest. It's
Not
just,
Svet.
not
Standing
traditional.
ovation.
She thinks outside the box, John. That's
Now,
the beauty of Svetlana.
Was the charge the money that the guy stole?
There wasn't a lot to this story. It was basically just,
It was just
hey,
a
a chick
guy
saw a
getting some
robbery and decided to
mouthwash.
shoot her shot, if you will.
Oh, man.
he decided to shoot a shot.
Unbelievable. Come on now.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm looking for these things out of the Eagles' new leader. And we get to hear from him speak today, right here. Looking forward to that. We got 1 hour left. It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. I love my T-Mobile phone, and I love it because of the fact that I'm constantly having to be in communication with my family 750 miles south of me. So I want to be able to FaceTime. I want to be able to have that constant communication. And when I'm driving all over town, sales calls or otherwise, I want to know that they can reach me at a moment's notice. And that's why T-Mobile and Sprint, when they merged, they created the best network. So that allows me to be constantly connecting with family members wherever I'm at. More towers, more engineers, more coverage. And T-Mobile has been fantastic. The customer service, excellent. And I love the fact that yesterday when I got lost on the Northeast connector, Northeast extension, I was able to use my T-Mobile phone to get me back to civilization. I love T-Mobile. I've been a customer since day one. I've never had to make the switch because I've always known I've got the best service, the best reliable network, and I also get great pricing. You're going to love it. It's time for you to check out T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com. Go check out one of their stores this weekend or go online at T-Mobile.com. Coverage is not available in some areas.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
I hate Steven Singer.
I get that a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied.
So, how can I help you?
Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig. with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. And with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. How can I make the most of waiting for my next big vacation?
Translate your questions into goals by investing with Merrill Edge Self-Directed. It's more accessible than you think, with helpful planning tools plus free online stock and ETF trades, so you can keep practicing your pronunciation. Merrill, a Bank of America company. Visit merrilledge.com/withinreach to get started today.
Investing involves risk. Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner & Smith Incorporated. Registered broker-dealer, member SIPC. Other fees may apply. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
Hindsight is 20/20, and 2020 was a brutal year that for most of it felt out of control. But you know how you can be in control? You can be in control of your job, your career. Yes. In 2020, my computer career helped more people start IT careers than ever. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Take control. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Pro Extra is the Home Depot's free loyalty program built for pros. Members earn perks just for shopping, like new Pro Extra dollars or tool rental perks. Get exclusive benefits every day that save time and money. And here's an extra, $20 off your next in-store purchase of $200 or more, just for signing up. Want to save? Join Pro Extra, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Visit the Pro Desk in-store at homedepot.com/Pro Extra for details.
Check out the Stadium Complex's newest Great Time. Sports and social affiliate Live Casino Hotel is opening February 11th. It's the ultimate fan experience with a massive LED display, 24 TVs, and the region's first FanDuel Sportsbook and Lounge. Stop by and enjoy a long lineup of cold beers and game day favorites like short rib cheesesteaks and Nashville hot chicken sliders, all made from scratch. Sports and Social Philly is raising the sports bar at the new Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing, the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. It's time to give peace a chance. It's time for a high-efficiency heating and cooling system for even, consistent heat in your home. And with Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
For the big game, there's one thing everyone can agree on. Fresh, soft pretzels. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com now and order your pretzel tray. You can't forget the pretzels, and there's bound to be a Philly Pretzel Factory near you. Go to PhillyPretzelFactory.com to find your location. Score the extra point with your choice of dips, from cheese to chocolate to super hot mustard. You and your pretzel tray will be the real MVP of the game. Philly Pretzel Factory, where better gets made.
When the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap. $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
Craving comfort food? Try Wawa's barbecue brisket. Enjoy brisket on a brioche bun or in a bowl today. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here, and you need to celebrate the 55th edition of the big game with exclusive 55-1 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. If you've never tried FanDuel before, new users can bet on either team and get 55-1 odds when Tampa Bay takes on Kansas City next Sunday. That's right, you can bet only $5 to win $275 if you pick the winner of the big game on February 7th. It's all the talk. Who you going with? The GOAT, Tom Brady, or the best in the game right now, Patrick Mahomes? Whoever you go with, it's going to be a good one. You know, I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long, and the best thing is, pick a player. Pick a running back. You can bet on his yardage. Pick a quarterback. You can bet on how many touchdowns he may throw. Anything you want to do, you can. The app is so easy to use. They have the fastest withdrawals. Live betting, odds boosts, and specials. My favorite feature, the same-game parlays where you can get a massive payout. There's no better time than now. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Bob to get started. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
A little hostile. Dylan saying only a moron would have missed that turn yesterday. And then he gives me the love the show. But he said only a moron would have missed that turn yesterday for Fort Washington.
That's not right.
You say that's one of the worst turns in town.
To miss, yeah, it's
no,
brutal.
but I mean it's not well done.
No, it's not.
That is not well done.
It's not, because it's like 5 lanes converging in. It's just a mess.
If you say to somebody you're a moron for missing someone and then say love the show,
you can.
Is
be
that
both.
like you go? Is nobody you're
moron's not too bad.
It's not bad.
Like if he said you're a bleep and bleep, but I love the show. That's a little contradictory. Yeah.
So moron's
okay.
I mean, I'm used to it. I've been called a moron, for
That's the way
years
it
now.
works.
So yeah, it's a pet name for me.
9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show, brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to bagster.com. Let's begin the 9 o'clock hour this way. Did you ever go into a movie theater? Well, remember when we used to go out? Just hoping that the film was going to live up to the hype. You're walking in almost expecting to be let down. You aren't expecting it to be an Oscar winner. You just don't want it to be worse than the latest Borat flick. You don't want to lay that. Sometimes you just want your team. You go into a game and you just want your team to show up. You want them to make it a good game. And you're not expecting a big win. You just want it to be close. Well, I'm feeling comparable thoughts now about the first Nick Sirianni press conference today. I am not expecting the next Bill Belichick. I want more personality, but I would prefer similar results. I'm not wanting a floor show today either. I don't need the fake Joe Judge stuff. I don't need that routine. I'm looking for this. I want substance, I want strength, and I want a clear mission. So I want him talking about the things that are important to the fan base, like fixing the quarterback position. I want him to have decisiveness in his answers. That's the strength. And I want to hear what his mission is. Because it appeared that Doug Peterson wasn't in for a rebuild. I want to hear what's the mission next year. I'm expecting today to be impressed because that's who I am. I expect people to not let me down. I don't want to be depressed. Who knows? We'll find out. Shh. The movie's just about to start. It's where the 9 o'clock hour begins. John Kincade Show, along with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the aforementioned Coach Eric Camille. Do you do that, Bob? Do you set expectations going into things? Like I set expectations going into meals.
Yeah, you're cute.
Like I set
cute.
Expectations.
That's cute that you expect to really get something out of today's press conference.
I do.
He's going to be so
disappointed.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I'm hoping.
I hear you. I do want to get, as Jamie said before, you're going to get that first impression, okay? We're not going to dive in. We're not going to learn. But you said something in your take there about you want to hear authoritative answers. You want to hear
strength.
That's fine with me. Look,
decisive answers.
I'm good
I don't want to hear I don't want to hear the Doug Peterson cut.
Yeah, because I can't be contradicting myself because Doug got on my nerves the way he handled press conferences, and I thought it was a character flaw that may have bled into his coaching a little bit. Like, if you can't think on your feet here on the expected questions, how good are you thinking on your feet during a football game?
Correct.
And I just think it's a personality thing. So in that case, yeah, I'm anxious to see someone that's sure of themselves, that shows some authority. But the other stuff you said, that was cute, the laying out of a plan and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you're just getting the movie trailer today.
I'm getting the trailer?
Yeah.
Sirianni.
Yeah, you're going to get all puppy dogs ice cream, rehearsed answers that sound good. I think they'll try to put the screws to them, but something tells me the fact that they waited 7 or 8 days, whatever it is, they're really trying to extra prepare him for what's about to come. So I think he'll have what sounds good.
If I'm seeing Sirianni, the trailer for the movie, that is what you're telling me. What's the rating on it, Egan?
Oh, 4?
Today. No, I mean, is there...
NC-17.
Are you giving me a Rotten Tomatoes?
It's going to be real
Are
sexy.
you giving me a...
It's rotten.
Rotten Tomatoes? I mean,
For me, he's in a no-win situation, honestly. Because
Why?
whatever he's going to say is going to be cookie cutter. Or he's going to come off like he's ill-prepared. Like, he can't really tell me anything that's going to instill a lot of confidence in me because I skew negative. Then that's why I'm really not going to pay attention to it. I'm not going to put any stock into it.
I didn't think that, like Joe Judge's press conference last year, which I thought was a cartoon show.
Yeah.
He didn't come out vanilla. He came out trying to do this like he was trying to do like some scene from Friday Night Lights. Honestly,
You got his personality.
I was so unimpressed with his. I was like, oh gosh, don't sell me that. Thank God you dodged that bullet because that's too much. That's too forced.
Yeah. We're
going to be the toughest. We're going to be the hardest.
I don't want to say that the PR people in Philly all go to the same class, but there is there's a commonality among them that is you keep things calm, on the down low. We try not to speak as much as we can. Speak only when you have to. You know, it's kind of that school, and I understand it. I didn't like it when I was reporter because you want everything, but I understand it, and it's well played out here. Like, calm down. Like the fact when Doug Peterson, perfect example. Doug Peterson gets asked about Brett Favre, saying that his quarterback pretty much isn't any good, and okay, you get nothing. So that's what you have to get used to, John. These press conferences, you don't get a lot.
That's not what I'm hoping for today, though.
Yeah, I don't think
I guess
you're
I
gonna...
can hope and wish.
I watched some of the dress rehearsal that they did yesterday on Eagles.com with Dave Spadaro, and it was basically like just a prep interview for today. And he was asked about the quarterback issue, and he's gonna. I'll tell you right now what he's gonna say because he said it with Dave Spadaro yesterday. Well, we have two quarterbacks that can both play at a high level in this league, and we're excited about it.
Dave and I were college classmates, so for admission. Been friends for 30 years. Mm-hmm. I don't trust that there isn't collaboration.
Oh, 100%.
With those interviews.
He works for the team.
And it doesn't mean that I think that they're lying to you in the interview.
Yeah.
It just means is we're only going to go where we're comfortable
His
going.
paycheck is signed by Jeffrey Lurie.
We're only going to go where we're comfortable going.
Yeah.
And believe me, I still consume it all.
Sure.
I still consume it all, but I always go in with the assumption that,
they're prepping him hard for today. The last probably 48 hours have been focused on today. So I think it's just going to be cookie cutter coach speak, and he's not going to commit to anything. And I don't think you're really going to learn a ton outside of maybe just a general personality.
I heard Cuz tell us yesterday you can make her Valentine's Day extra special. You just need the help of the gifting dudes. Go to thegiftingdudes.com and a promo code FANATIC for 15% off of your order. That is a great deal. Cuz is hooking you up there. Over in Cooney's Corner, he got an email that maybe got him a little snarky, it sounds like.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, so I have a frequent emailer.
Okay.
Who is not a fan of Ben Simmons at all.
All right.
So yesterday, just before Pat Egan was
He's
nice
not
enough,
alone.
Yeah. Just before Pat Egan was nice enough to treat us to lunch.
Great job.
Yeah, that was awesome. He sends me an email. When I jumped on with Anthony after the Lakers game, I said I thought he was terrific. Describing Ben Simmons' game. Yeah. So I get an email. Terrific? Really? What did he do? His lack of shooting. He doesn't do this again. In the last 4 minutes of the game, he had 0 field goal attempts, 0 assists, 0... and I just said... And wrong of me, I went back and said, yeah, he sucked. And that's all I said.
Why would you be that snarky?
I don't know. It's not me.
Why are you being such a Richard?
That response is, I would have said to him, are you trying to talk about his entire season, or are you trying to just reflect, as I said last night, he was really good?
Yeah.
And he was really good. He was really good on Wednesday night.
Here's what I don't care for. The people, that's fine if you don't think Ben Simmons is reaching his potential, whatever. But you got to acknowledge once in a while when something good is going on, right?
Yes.
Like, John, you could hate a player like we talked about earlier, but when they do things well, you at least have to acknowledge it because it validates when you say, see, look, they're not playing well. When you say they're not playing well all the time, that's what got the snarkiness out of me. So the question that I pose to you guys is this, and I already did it to Coach before. What athlete now or what athlete before takes out the most emotion from you or from the fans? So let's start with now. What athlete in Philadelphia now gets the most?
Easy now.
I can't count Carson because he just.
I was going to say.
Right now it's getting to be a visceral reaction. It is not to the Gabe Kapler, I hate his face yet.
And it doesn't have to be hate. It could elicit great love.
No, it could be the I hate his face look, where I just don't want to hear from someone anymore, and I'm tired of that.
So with Carson, I think a lot of people are reaching apathy almost, where it's like, I don't care anymore. So that's not really eliciting emotion. So that was my question. I think it's between two players in this town.
Really? Two? Well, there's always one with the hot and cold.
I think Carson is one.
Yeah, and Ben's too.
Aaron Nola with me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's peculiar.
Because, well, it's the idea of this town anoints people.
He's
and
been
it always has.
Really good for 3 seasons. He had one outlier bad season. He was in the Cy Young. He was a finalist on the Cy Young Award. I mean
18, he had a good season.
He had one really good season.
He's had 3 pretty damn good seasons.
Well, now you've lowered it the bar.
One excellent season, 2
He's
pretty
had
good.
one excellent season. Guess what?
One bad.
Guess what though? I want to go number 1 pitchers around baseball. How many excellent seasons do they put
I've
up
always
in
said
every
he's
4
a
or 5?
2.
Well, that's what I mean. But he's anointed here as a 1.
Because we don't have any other options.
Oh, see, I disagree because most people that we talk to, he's a 2.
He's a 2.
I think Zach Wheeler has a better chance.
He's anointed in the town as the ace.
Well, because we don't have any other choices.
Yeah, he's the best pitcher on the team.
But you don't have to be. You can say we don't have an ace. This can be an answer too. It's a perfectly viable answer.
I think you hear
we
that.
don't have an ace.
I think you hear that more than you hear that Aaron Nola's a 1. Like I'm the only one on the show that thinks he's a 1.
I'm
your math is a little off.
I'm going
I think
towards you.
his ceiling is 1B.
1B. Yes.
So Aaron Nola is an interesting answer.
That is a peculiar one.
Yeah.
That
How about
is
you?
funny.
Are yours the normal
Joel
two people?
Embiid brings the happiness and joy of sports out of me more than maybe any athlete ever.
He is joyous right now.
Yeah. Frustration-wise, I mean, Carson Wentz is off the board, so that's the big one.
Yeah.
Reese Hoskins kind of, and it's not his fault. It's the fact that he's a 4-hole hitter, power hitting first baseman
who walks
and that walks and gets on base, and I don't really jive with that. But that's not Reese's fault.
How about you, Egan?
Oh, guy that annoys me. Who doesn't annoy me?
Yeah, that's a good.
Like
point.
honestly, it's a better question. I get annoyed
So
easily.
who's brought out the most emotion from the past? And Jamie, I'm interested in your answer in this one. From the past, who brings out the most emotion? Because I have somebody in mind that I think's the winner.
From the past.
To this day, still does it.
Joe Kerrigan.
The most emotion.
Yeah.
See, when you say it, I think negative.
I think
That's
negative
okay.
too.
Buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan, another
He
guy.
brings out positive and
another
negative.
guy who just, to me, he's an entertaining clown show.
Yeah.
But he was a failure.
Yeah.
And he's portrayed as an icon. I still don't understand it. I've never understood the hustle guy who hits 260 that everybody cheers for and the booing of Mike Schmidt.
Right.
Like,
No,
I
I hear
never
you.
understood the mentality of all-time greats getting booed and a hustle guy who is dime a dozen being, like, respected. The Buddy Ryan thing, I never...
Well, lunch pails and hard hats, John. I love Donovan McNabb.
There it is.
He's the greatest Eagles quarterback ever. But the way I look back on how he handled the T.O. thing kind of makes me angry.
I mean, we could bring up a Donovan McNabb subject and the phone lines would still light up to this day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he elicits so much emotion out of Philadelphia fans still.
My emotion wasn't about his play ever.
There you go.
My emotion was about how he handled the locker room at that crossroads.
Mine might be Ruben Amaro. I can't stand him.
What?
I can't stand him. As GM, as GM. He was awful.
He was awful.
He ran the team into the
Did he
ground.
hire Joe
did.
Kerrigan?
No, but whoa. He ran the team into a ditch.
He did.
He
Like, how do
ran
you
it
do
into a
that?
ditch.
It's the easiest thing to trade away prospects for proven talent. It's very difficult to trade away proven talent for prospects. He was horrible at that. He was horrible at drafting. And by the way, if he waited 1 week to sign Jonathan Papelbon at that ridiculous contract, they wouldn't have had to forfeit their first-round pick.
There you go.
But he just had to get a closer for a team that wasn't good enough and everybody knew it.
Hey, if you're driving less, you can be saving more on car insurance. Save money with pay-per-mile insurance from Allstate. Call a local Allstate agent and get yourself a quote today. Get yourself a quote today. Ruben Amaro, by the way, last year on the television. May I just suggest, turn up his microphone. I was, I have the ticket that allows you to see all the games on the satellite, and I was like, would you please somebody turn up the damn mic? I would tweet it. I tweet it. Here's T-Mac going like, yeah, and there's Alec Baum with that was a nice hit there and everything. And Alec Baum's really have so good. I think it's sniff. And I'd be like, what? What did he just say? I put on closed captioning.
Did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
I put on closed captioning.
I enjoyed it because I don't want to hear him. So I was a big fan of it. Whoever was in charge of that, good work by you.
Seriously, it was like it's just somebody turn up his mic.
There was an NBA game. I think it was Chris Webber and maybe Marv Albert where they were both talking.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I was like, what the hell? Turn their mics up. Do something.
Wait, can I give you actually another one that just popped in my head? The same ilk as Ruben Amaro. Billy King. Billy King, to me, nope. Ain't it.
That was
awful.
To just the voice.
To this day, I know. He might be the nice guy in the world. I don't want to know it. He
is a very nice man.
I'm sure
nice
he is.
man.
He also came on this air and lied about a fake trade with Tracy McGrady. So
his wife went to LaSalle.
Sixers and the Timberwolves at 8:00. Well, that does it for me. I mean,
that's it. All's forgiven.
LaSalle bloodlines in the family.
Wife went to LaSalle's. Did Speedy Morris, perform the ceremony?
My oldest graduated from LaSalle, so that's why.
Did Speedy perform the ceremony? Sixers and the Timberwolves, 8:00 tonight.
Anthony Edwards,
right here on the Fanatic. Anthony Edwards.
I'm looking. Hey, Mr. Georgia. I'm looking for.
I can't say it because I'm going to get the name dropper.
Yeah.
My church, my parish, Holy Spirit.
Name dropper.
That's where he went to school, not at Olivia's school. He went to another Catholic school called Holy Spirit. And I'm sure Monsignor Dillon is very, very happy because I'm sure that there's a little check involved with his fine move to the NBA.
Yes.
But a fine young man.
Yeah.
And then he went to Georgia, which surprised the hell out of me.
I bet.
That he went to Georgia. I was very surprised by that.
Does it concern you that he doesn't really like basketball?
He's pretty funny.
I would tell you this. The school he chose to go to, tough as nails as far as academics. And I can just tell you, I know the people who run the school. There's no, I play basketball.
Yeah.
Give me an A.
Well, yeah, it's a football school.
And he chose to go. No, it's not a football school where he went. Very small. They don't even have a football program.
Wait.
It's a very small school.
Oh, you're talking high school.
Yeah, when he went to high school.
Oh, I'm thinking of
He chose
Georgia.
to play his high school ball at a very, very tough private Catholic school with tough academics. He's a bright kid, and I've had more than one people ask me about that. Does he love basketball?
He said if he could play football, he would do that.
Does he love basketball? And that's something about that.
Guys, Wally Zerbiak's out tonight, so I like the Sixers' chances.
Wally Zerbiak. Turn up the microphones on this. Gentleman says here, he said, I've said the same thing on broadcast.
Oh, okay,
and I've yelled it at the TV, and he goes, and I know the exact game that Bob is referencing.
Yeah, it was really weird.
It was like it was like they're so,
it was beginning of the season or something.
I wonder, I think it might have been one of the games that they did remotely.
Okay.
That could have been the option.
That would make sense.
It probably was,
By the way,
but my God, it was horrible.
By the way, so they're doing the Flyers games remotely, right?
They're in the
arena.
Jonesy and all them, they're in there. I'm telling you this. That is, I'm going to tell you, the broadcasts are exceptional.
Yeah.
The radio broadcast, television broadcast, everything, they're exceptional.
Well, they have a good producer.
Well, it's really but it's really, really good as far as the quality. You have no idea.
No,
you
you
have no idea
don't.
that they're not there.
On the one goal last night, I guess it was the second goal, I want to say. It kind of, you lost the puck for a second, and you could all, if you didn't know, you could almost tell. It was like, and they're poking. Oh no, it's in because you saw the referee pointing. But those guys are incredible. I mean, that's
hard.
That's
to
like
do.
singing a cappella.
You know what's funny is because I have a different perspective because I'm in the studio listening to them on behind the scenes. And
he's the producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's why I said that
he
quick.
gave a shout out.
But I've told them before, like, guys, you can't tell that you're not there. They think you can. Because they're in it. They think that you can really tell the difference. I'm like, guys, you're doing great.
Who is the person's name, if you know it, that is doing the, what do they call it, the FX?
Oh, it's Betsy Deming. She's the best in the biz.
Yeah, she's working on
Betsy's great.
Yeah, she's very talented.
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
It is absolutely spectacular.
She used to run the show for NBC NHL.
She
for
did
the national broadcast, and she's local. Yeah,
she's
incredible.
It's flawless. You have no idea.
I've told her before because I've been working with her for years that I never have to worry about a game when she's doing it.
Except when Keith Jones flushes the toilet. Sometimes during he runs off and flushes the toilet, and you hear the toilet flush. Something like that. Jones has to run out and just do that. So they do an exceptional job.
Yeah, very
and I
tough.
Tell you, one of the joyous things, one of my favorite words, one of the joyous things about my return to Philly now has been I really enjoyed watching Flyers hockey again.
See?
I enjoy being back in having a nightly or couple times a week hockey team to root for. And it is I missed it.
That was a sloppy game last night.
Oh, it was sloppy.
God, that was...
The weird thing was the other night I loved it. 2 nights ago,
in
the game,
Jersey.
These back-to-back games are following one of two scripts. And in the NBA also, too. The second game is never better. It's never better executed.
Yeah.
It's never the second game, if it's an NBA back-to-back or if it's an NHL back-to-back, the second game is never the better game.
It's always harder for the team that won to win again.
Yeah, it is tough.
Yeah.
The Flyers have done it a couple times.
Yes, they have.
They did it with the Penguins, and then they got 1 point. They got that stupid
From
point.
the Bruins.
Yeah.
I can't believe you lose a game and you get a point. Pet peeve.
It is
hockey.
antithetical.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's one of the rules we should have brought up the other day.
That's
Things about sports. I forgot
it's
about
a terrible
that. Yeah.
Thing. Losing a game and you get a point.
Overtime loss.
It's terrible.
I'm a fan of it.
Why?
We don't have enough time.
He hates Joe Kerrigan.
Joe Kerrigan, what was he for it? And you're now trying to
If he was for it, I wouldn't be for it.
Cozy up? Okay, we've only got like a half hour left. So we got plenty of time for you to get on board with us if you want at 610-632-0975. And in the final half hour, this is something that would be amazing for this city if it happened. Question is, what are the chances? We'll handicap that next. It's the John Kincade Show. Anthony Gargano at 10, Mike Miscellaneous at 2 here on The Fanatic. I love the home teams, and that's why I use the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. Gotta love it. I just lost my voice there, Peter Brady. My guys at the Parks Casino Sportsbook app have access to in-game wagering. I'll be looking at it for the weekend, too, because the local teams will be in action. And whether you're betting on hockey or whether you're betting on basketball, just because there's no football this weekend, it doesn't mean that you can't be in on the action with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You make easy deposits, you get great odds, and outstanding customer service. Here's what I want you to do, though. New customers only. Sign up now, and you're going to get your first risk-free bet up to $500. I want you to download the app or go to parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. Your risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit. See the website for terms and conditions. You're going to bet with the home team. My guys, it's the home team sports betting app, my friends at Parks Casino. Now, here's the deal. You got to be 21 or older and in Pennsylvania. Check out those in-game wagers. You're going to love them this weekend. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Want a breakdown of all the latest lines, spreads, and props for each week in the NFL season? Check out Draft Lines with Jamie Lynch and Devon Givens every Friday night at 6. Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code FANATIC for a special offer when you sign up. Draft Lines, Fridays at 6 on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
I hate Steven Singer.
I get that a lot.
You know why?
Why?
Because unless I buy my gifts from Steven Singer Jewelers, my wife isn't satisfied.
So, how can I help you?
Well, how do you get away with advertising real roses you don't throw in the trash in a week?
They're my famous roses, dipped in pure 24-karat gold. They last forever.
Sounds expensive.
They start at just $59. Each one comes in a premium color and is shipped in our signature gift box with a love message from you.
Do I have to water it?
Nope, it's a real rose, and it's preserved in pure gold.
All right. How do I get one?
Easy. Just go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
Shipping.
It's free, and your rose is guaranteed for life.
What if she hates my personal love message?
Just pick one from our online list.
Just click on IHateStevenSinger.com to see the entire collection of real roses dipped in 24-karat gold. No matter how you feel about Steven Singer, she'll love it.
Do you still hate me?
Absolutely.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. January is Owner Appreciation Month. My uncle's family, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, showing their thanks with unbelievable deals to start the new year. Like, you ready? Discounts up to $12,000 on new vehicles. Save thousands. Make no payments until spring. That's right. Start the new year with a new vehicle and no car payments. Plus, get 0% APR financing for 6 years. The uncles and family, Uncle Greg and Uncle Paul, they have made it easier than ever to buy. You can complete the entire car buying process online from the comfort of your home. Just shop, click, and drive. Choose at-home delivery like a pizza or curbside pickup. If you'd rather go to the dealership, they make that easy and safe too. To schedule an appointment, they will take care of the rest with safety precautions they've got in place. You can shop with peace of mind. Call, click, or go visit the uncles in the Philadelphia Airport Auto Mall. Remember, at Family Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you're more than a customer, you're family. Happy New Year from the uncles, and see the uncles for details. The offer expires February 1st, 2021.
O'Reilly. Need new wiper blades? Not sure which ones to buy? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you options for your specific car and even install them for free. Right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades, plus earn double O-Rewards points. There's no better time to replace your wiper blades. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like Taylor Swift choosing what to wear.
It's looking kind of chilly out today. I think I'll go with a cardigan.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC.
It's time for some straight talk. Look, we all drop our phones. It happens. You fumble it, crack it, splash it. Well, Straight Talk Wireless now offers this new Platinum Unlimited plan that includes phone protection. Just $65 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data, plus 20 gigs of hotspot, 100 gigs of cloud storage, and more. All on the best networks. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. See Mobile Protect terms and conditions at Asurion.com/Straight Talk. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
Check out the Stadium Complex's newest Great Time. Sports and social affiliate Live Casino Hotel is opening February 11th. It's the ultimate fan experience with a massive LED display, 24 TVs, and the region's first FanDuel Sportsbook and Lounge. Stop by and enjoy a long lineup of cold beers and game day favorites like short rib cheesesteaks and Nashville hot chicken sliders, all made from scratch. Sports and Social Philly is raising the sports bar at the new Live Casino Hotel Philadelphia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In this corner, wearing 4 layers of flannel, it's I'm too cold. And in this corner, stripped down to nothing but his tidy whities, it's I'm too hot. Let's get ready to tumble over each other trying to reset the thermostat.
If this sounds like your home, it's time for a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system from Trane. With a whole-house air filtration system so your family is breathing only the cleanest air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. and bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
I know what happens. You think you can still play basketball. Yep. Or you think you can build that shed in the backyard. Or you think you're not going to be bothered by pulling all those packages up and down the stairs. You see, your joints are keeping you from doing what you love. You're feeling pain on Monday for what you do on Saturday for pleasure. What you need is the friends at Rothman Orthopedics. You see, Rothman Orthopedics has a great approach that is going to help you get back to being you. Now, it's not always just trying to be a weekend warrior playing sports. Sometimes it's maybe helping a friend move or trying to do something around the house that, well, your body's not built for it anymore. So for more than 50 years, Rothman Orthopedics has combined evidence-based medicine and the latest minimally invasive techniques that help you redefine what's possible in orthopedics. They are the leading practice in the Delaware Valley, but they are also internationally recognized. These folks are doing it the right way, and they are providing the most advanced orthopedic care possible. You want to put pain behind you. For some, it's pain that you live with every single day, and you don't have to anymore. Learn more at RothmanOrtho.com. And do it, because this weekend's going to be a pain in the back. RothmanOrtho.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Turn on your mic, John. Getting ready to wrap up what this must look like on YouTube as I'm struggling through all the papers. Turn on your microphone, John. 9:31, John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Just stumbling all over myself there. This binder.
I worry about you
The
sometimes.
binder has got me a little off today.
Have you always been a folder ripper?
Yeah, it's
a folder ripper?
Have you haven't noticed this?
No.
He rips.
He meticulously folds his paper every time, and then when the segment's over, he rips. Or sometimes even before the segment's over.
Like for those on YouTube right now, I'm holding this up. See, this is the bonus coverage you don't get when you just listen on the radio or the app. Okay, this is like the show sheet for this segment. So we literally put in like Egan some nonsense and Bob's topic or Jamie's topic and my stuff, and we put it in there and I follow it. And when we get like halfway through the segment or so, I will
fold it in half.
Fold it, and then I will.
So you only have the segments remaining are visible.
Yes.
I'm on to you.
There is some sense of order that's missing in my life, or that was missing in my life as a child that I had to put into it. There's some explanation for it.
Sure, there's an explanation for everything. Absolutely.
There is a explanation for where every decision we make, there's an explanation.
Well, Chuck, our boss, likes to play amateur psychologist, so maybe you can lay down on the couch one day with him, and he could.
First
go
off,
over
I'm not doing the casting couch with Chuck.
But he can
not that couch.
He can get you $1,000 and $5,000 a day. Is that something you're interested in?
But I would suggest too that I would believe me. Then if Chuck wants to do that, I would gladly then do Chuck next. Hang him down on the couch.
So that would take all four of us
And it could take
listening.
him seriously.
Yeah.
I would gladly return the favor and tell him where his neuroses are. Look, I know where mine are. I mean, I know that I can't. I track the mileage when you're driving somewhere.
Why?
Like if you're saying we're leaving from we would be leaving from our home to go to Disney World, and I know that driving to Disney World was 461 miles. And I know that, like, okay, what time is it? It's 8 a.m. Okay, we only have this many miles to go, so this means that if I can average 76 miles the rest of the way, we can be at we can be at the hotel by 12:15.
That's disturbing.
It's in my head, though I'm constantly doing the math.
Yeah.
Like every half hour.
I'm kind of like that. I love numbers.
I love numbers too, but they rattle around in my head constantly.
That's a bizarre one.
Do you not have that? Like, you don't, not that at all? Maybe it's why I'm getting lost yesterday heading to Fort Washington.
No, I do like trying, except I'm not very good at 5 a.m. because I struggle in the morning, but I do like trying to figure out the perfect time to leave and getting there like right on the number. Like
perfect time to leave.
Yeah, like I don't like being 5 minutes early or 5 minutes late. I like nailing it right on the number.
He's a nailer. That's what he does.
Do you have any of these? Because you are as neurotic as they come.
Yeah, I do. But
you need a good hug.
Mine, I need more than that.
Or a therapist.
Probably, yeah. Mine would probably be like the random athletes that'll pop into my head, and I start wondering what happened to them. Like I texted Bob this past weekend because I was wondering, man, whatever happened to Royce White?
Oh yeah.
And like I gotta go on Wikipedia, and then I start getting down rabbit holes of what happened to X, Y, and Z player.
I was so proud of Mike Miscellaneous the other day, listening to the Mike Miscellaneous show on our own station here, 97.5 The Fanatic, when he flat out said it, because I couldn't believe it. There was a discussion going on about whether, will Scott Rowland make the Hall of Fame? And I'm going, Scott Rowland, a Hall of Fame? What? What are we talking about?
He doesn't get an immediate
I'm like,
no.
what are we? Yes, it does.
No, he's a Hall of
It gets no, he's not.
Well, when he gets in, he will be.
I'll tell you what. It was an immediate no from me, and then, of course,
no.
I looked up the numbers.
It's not an immediate no.
It's an immediate no.
He's a phenomenal fielder.
Okay.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Is what I would say to you is this. There was never a time, and this is, again, Scott Rowland was a fine player. There is never a time. He was a fine player.
He has
there was
over
never,
400
there was
Gold
never,
Glove Award
there was never a time that I watched Scott Rowland and said, I'm watching an all-time great.
But guess what? That's the case with every single Hall of Fame.
No,
and
it's not.
it's always been like that.
Yeah, but it's too many, then it's a Hall of Very Good.
But it's always been like that. Like, do you think every single player that you didn't see play was always that amazing talent?
No, I don't know. I'm talking about the ones I did see play.
I understand that. But my point is, it's always been like this. They're just really, really good players. Like Eli Manning. What you just described to me.
Eli Manning is Scott Rowland runs circles around Eli Manning.
But he's a Hall of Famer. They both are Hall of Famers.
It should be.
Eli's a lock.
Yeah.
You know what there should be at these Hall of Fames? There should be Hall of Fame where you get in for a moment or an event. Like Nick Foles leading the Eagles to the Super Bowl. There should be and winning a championship. There should be a part of the Hall of Fame that you go to where you see the greatest moments of the game remembered.
I think there is. Isn't there? Like his cleats are in there.
They're more like records
His
than like
jersey's in there.
stories.
But I mean, where you tell the story.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I believe Eli Manning is one of the stories you tell of the NFL.
I think he's the luckiest quarterback ever. I think his, and this is going to sound mean, his kind of stupidity. Like, I think he never took football too seriously, so he was never moved by the moment. Like, he just had this kind of numbness to the moment, which was a benefit to being a But am I saying, does this make sense? I feel like I have verbal diarrhea right now.
I'm looking at Scott Rowland's stats.
Okay, Scott Rowland's not, and I know that Ace, if you do not know Ace of Spader on Twitter, you should.
Yeah, I follow him.
And his uncle and I were classmates. Good guy, Bill Spader. He's a Scott Rowland is a Hall of Famer guy, and I'm like, you never watched Scott Rowland and said, man, I'm watching one of the all-time greats.
I thought I was watching the best third fielder in the game in terms of glove.
Like, it's player, though. It's not. You're not in for just for one thing.
I understand your gripe. I would say 90% of the Hall of Fame is that.
90%?
I would honestly, I would say 90% of the Hall of Fame, you never at one point were like, man, this is one of the all-time greats that I'm watching.
And again,
like Tim Raines. Was Tim Raines an all-time great when you watched him?
Yeah, I thought Rock literally turned games on their ear.
I think midway through a career, you can get a good idea like, wow, this guy could be on his way to the Hall of Fame.
But
like Scott Rowland, my first gut, and even upon further review,
no.
I don't. I say no.
No. Yeah. I mean, look, the Hall of Fame, whether you like it or not, is a group of people that have collected numbers. Like, they're...
No, I know,
and like, it's a stat. So, yeah, I agree. Probably not at any point did you go, Scott Rowland is this, be-all, end-all.
Yeah, but the thing is...
But you look at his body of work in his career, he is a Hall of Famer.
Then I'm asking Scott Rowland then to stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder with Mike Schmidt. And Mike Schmidt and Scott Rowland couldn't be more just absolutely different ends of a spectrum as far as amazing transformational players. And by the way, Schmidt's glove over Rowland's. Period.
Sure, yeah, but Schmidt's the greatest ever to play third base. Him or Frank Robinson, if you want to debate that, that's a story for another day. But you can't compare everybody to the greatest. That would be like any two guard.
See, that's what a Hall of Fame is.
Doesn't hold the water compared to Michael Jordan. And it's like, well, duh.
I think it's awesome that baseball's not putting anybody in the Hall of Fame this year. It's too many people have gotten in already.
281 career average, 316 home runs.
You know what that's really comparable to? Ron Soto, who's in the Hall of Fame.
You're putting in right there. You're going to tell me that a guy like Scott Rowland's under consideration with those numbers and Dale Murphy's not in the Hall of Fame with 2 MVPs, 398 home runs for his career.
I think Dale Murphy should be in.
And it's like, to me, but like Dale Murphy has an argument. There's a distinct argument. 2 MVPs.
Yeah.
Best player in the game. And it just surprises me.
You're right. He does. You're opening up another argument, though. But when you compare Scott Rowland to Ron Soto, who's in the Hall of Fame, he's a Hall of Famer.
Ron Soto. I don't even know who Ron Soto is.
Played for the Cubs. He just
Ron Santo.
passed away.
Ron Santo?
Yeah,
I'm
passed away
who's-
recently.
I'm thinking, who's Ron
Do
Soto?
I even know baseball?
All right,
no, but like compare him.
I got it. Santo. Okay, let's go to the in the linchpin. I would suggest starting to save your money now if this is ever going to happen.
This is the linchpin.
The World Cup has always been a bucket list item for me. I was fairly young the last time it was in the U.S., but the 2026 FIFA World Cup host city candidates were named.
Okay.
And Philly is on the list.
Give me the cities.
All right, so it's the CONCACAF region. So it goes Edmonton, Montreal, Toronto, Guadalajara, Mexico City, Monterrey, Atlanta, Baltimore, Boston, Cincinnati, Dallas, Denver, Houston, Kansas City, Los Angeles, Miami, Nashville, New York, Orlando, Philadelphia, San Fran, Seattle, Washington.
We have no shot.
I think we have a shot. I think we have a pretty good shot. What the hell's Orlando doing on there? Get it out of here.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it above. You're not getting it above L.A. or Atlanta. No chance.
Both Texas. Like, there's no need for 2 Texas cities in here.
Dallas is probably getting one.
But like Cincinnati, come on, why are you on the list?
Yeah, it's your
Denver, probably not with the altitude and international players. Kansas City, like they're a good soccer market, but nah.
I don't think we have a shot.
I think we have a shot.
You might have a shot to do a preliminary.
Because think about how many games there are, too. I think they have.
Well, that might be.
Because the first time they did it, I think they used 6 or 8 cities.
I will tell you right now. So there's a final?
Yes.
And then there are 2 semifinals?
The final, I believe the last time was in L.A. Okay. So I would imagine the final's either New York or L.A., if I had to guess.
I think the final will be the final or the semifinal. There's 2 semifinals are in 2 different locations?
Yes,
I
believe so.
Atlanta gets the final or a semifinal. Guaranteed.
San Fran or somebody out west gets the other?
Put it in the book. LA is probably getting one of the other ones if they ever open up for business again. Which, by the way, I think they're saying now 2026.
But like Nashville, like that's not
Nashville's not good.
So I think Philly is
preliminary. Though.
I think Philly is one of the best 6 or 8 cities to do this, and I really, really hope it happens because I think it would be phenomenal.
3 biggest matches will not. We will.
That's fine.
Philly will not get one of the final 3 matches.
I don't need one of those final 3. I just need one.
Or a little group.
Because to me, international competition is the greatest of sports.
Italy and Ireland at the Meadowlands.
Wow.
Last World Cup '94.
Okay.
That had such buzz from people. Such buzz. There were. I guarantee you, there were people that got into knife fights over tickets.
I bet. And I can't imagine.
Ireland at the Meadowlands.
I can't imagine how much these tickets are going to cost. So yeah, you're right.
But
Start
they
saving
had matches last time, '94. There were matches in California, in LA. There were matches in, definitely Orlando.
That makes no sense to me.
You got the hotel rooms for the international travelers.
Yeah.
It's the airport. The airport matters. Where everybody can get to the games and they can get everybody in. The international airport matters. That's why I guarantee you L.A. and Atlanta
Well, Philly's equipped for that. You can take a train line right from the airport to the stadiums. There it is.
Jamie's on it. Philly's in.
I think infrastructure-wise, Philly's...
No, they're in for... they'll be in for a preliminary. Yes.
Yeah.
They're not in for one of the big matches.
So let's put it in the ledger now that we're going a show outing to a World Cup match.
I would love to go to the World Cup.
I went to the Women's World Cup
Toronto,
quarterfinal up in Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Yeah, so my daughters, they were younger, soccer team at the time. We got it all together and we drove up. We all got the same hotel. We got tickets. They beat China 1-0. It was awesome.
You drove all that way for 1 goal?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So Belarus Brian tweets in an interesting point about this. He said soccer-specific stadiums are why places like Orlando and Cincy are even listed in there. The final will be in the biggest stadium of all the cities. Philly will get it because of the 250th birthday anniversary.
Preliminary.
He doesn't specify.
I don't think they're getting one of the. I don't think we're getting one of the 3 biggest matches.
That's fine.
I don't believe we'll get that.
Philly deserves something.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get something.
Especially if it's the 250th anniversary.
Union,
no.
What's the no, we're not getting it at the Union.
Union
sorry.
are covered,
But
changing up their color scheme.
Are they?
Yeah, they had a little tease tweet yesterday. They're going with the Philadelphia flag colors, I believe, the light blue and gold.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
Which looks very cool.
That is something I'm at. That will be a show outing anytime you want.
Sons of Ben, we'll get down there.
I absolutely would like to do that.
We got it.
I would like to. That's one of the things on my bucket list.
We'll have you bang the drum.
They're the most consistent team in the city.
It's fantastic. Hey, Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit PAWorkInjury.com, and we thank Martin Law for their fine patronage.
Zach tweets in, says, John, they played a World Cup game literally in the middle of the Amazon. The airport doesn't matter.
It matters when the U.S. is hosting. It absolutely does. And we'll see. I'll if he'd like to make me a wager right now.
We'll have to lay out some odds.
He'd like to make a wager right now. If he would like to wager to me right now, like I'll wager to him whether the more prominent match goes to Philly or Atlanta. I will guarantee him the more prominent match goes to Atlanta because of the airport, because of people being able to come direct from all over the world into one city. They can't come direct here.
Looks like you and Zach C have a pending wager.
Yes,
we'll
we will
see
have
if
a
he takes
pending
you up.
wager.
Put it in the book. Put it in the book.
So we were talking about star and superstars. That was one of the great discussions of the week.
It's so stupid.
It is.
But it's funny.
No, but it's echelons. So where's Joel Embiid at right now?
He's a superstar.
Not enough work. Not enough a body of work. Superstars.
He's on Mountain Dew commercials. He's the face of Under Armour.
Superstars don't play 2 out of 3 games.
Well, I mean that's we all classify it differently, and that's an odd one.
Yeah, play seems secondary in your superstar definition.
Yes, because you become something bigger than just a basketball
about
player.
Famous players.
Yeah,
no,
see, that's why
you have to be a great player to get to superstar level. Like Kawhi Leonard is a top 5 player in the league, but in my classification system, which might not make sense to you guys, he's not a superstar.
Wait a minute. Kawhi's not a superstar, and Joel is already?
Yes. There's a marketing aspect of being a superstar. Does this not make sense to anyone else? Am I taking crazy pills?
Fame. You're talking about fame.
No.
Still, you're talking about fame.
No.
It's 3 days later.
When we're talking about greatest basketball players, and you start off with
different.
Mountain Dew,
superstar isn't
about
the
their
greatest.
Ad campaigns.
Yes.
You're talking about famous. That's famous.
Because they're great.
No, not necessarily.
Yes.
Joel Embiid cannot be called a great player yet.
Sure.
Yet.
He's great.
He has not had enough body of work to tell you great.
Look, in the annals of the NBA halls, he's not.
And can you tell me the all-time greats that literally play 70% of the time, 80%, 75%
Kawhi
of the
Leonard.
time? No. All-time greats.
Well, this is a new age of the
NBA. You just said he's not even one.
Well, because he's not marketable. He hangs in the shadows. He has this weird robot personality that companies don't want to put their money behind.
You're talking about fame again.
Yes, but that's part of being a superstar.
No, but you're hung up on the fame aspect.
When Mountain Dew wants to make Joel Embiid the face of their company, you're a superstar.
Again, you're talking about fame. You're talking about marketing.
No.
You're not talking about
you guys don't get
You're talking
me.
about a famous player.
I get what you're saying. It just is nonsensical.
He gets it that you're wrong. Look, we get.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
It's a business.
It is a business, but it's not about fame. It's not about Michael Jordan. You just said, like you're saying, Michael Jordan was a superstar.
Yes.
Joel Embiid is not.
You can't compare the two.
I just did.
There's an ever-evolving amoeba of superstars. It changes every 5-6 years when these new guys come in. Like in 2 years, Luka Doncic might be the face of the league.
He could be. Or they could continue
it's
to
ever-evolving.
Well, he could put... Look, then Janet Jackson belongs in your group.
What?
We're talking.
I'm lost. What?
We're talking about basketball. You're talking about
fame.
Branding.
You're talking about fame and branding.
Yes, but the branding only happens to great players that are
we
superstars
don't have an
of the
argument
league.
here because we're talking about two totally different
Internationally,
things.
I could go to Italy and I could see a Joel Embiid Mountain Dew commercial or a Joel Embiid Under Armour.
That doesn't make the guy a superstar basketball player in my
Am I
book.
going crazy?
Yes. You are. You've already arrived. You're not going there.
Egan, I
You're
need
putting
help.
two things together.
Yeah.
We're talking about the greatest basketball
The marketing
players
is a product of being a
time.
great player. You guys are classifying it as great players. Superstar is different than a great player.
Dan in New Jersey.
I'm taking crazy pills.
Dan, nonsense is going on at the end of the show. Can you save us?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
You're here.
Dan.
Go, what's up?
Save me, Dan.
Not much. I love the show. No, I wanted to point out one thing that you had said that I disagree with a little bit. You know, like I think it's hard to compare, rest nowadays with back in like the 80s.
Yeah, you can't.
You just can't do it.
Well, okay.
It's the way things are now. Like every major player rests.
How many days off does the best player in the game, the greatest superstar in the game, LeBron James, take compared to, like, say, Joel Embiid?
I don't know it offhand, but I know he does take.
Not anything even in the vicinity. Not even in the vicinity. It's not even in the same discussion. The greatest player in the game, the superstar of the game.
LeBron last year played 67 games.
He took 15 off in the course of 82. He took 15
That's
off.
about what Joel Embiid should be at.
There wasn't 82
games.
last year, though.
There wasn't 82.
That
is correct.
Can we focus
he
on
was 67 to 67. Okay.
67 of 67.
Okay. Year before, he shut it down 55 50. Yeah, I mean, he does play the majority of the
He
time.
was hurt the year before.
So in other words, the greatest superstar in the game doesn't play occasionally.
Yeah, but he's a freakazoid.
He doesn't take off a third of the games.
Can we focus on the real story here? Is the fact that when Bob needed a superstar, he went with Janet Jackson, who hasn't been relevant since 2003 stats on show.
What the hell was that?
Janet Jackson. Out of all the people you pick, you go Janet Jackson.
I'm trying
Might as
to
well
show
compare
you.
him to Celine Dion.
He said Prince.
We're talking basketball. You're talking Mountain Dew.
And you're talking Janet Jackson.
Every argument that Jamie made involved a brand.
Yes,
Like
because that's part of
branding.
being a superstar.
No, you don't have to be a superstar to be branded. And by the way, last night,
What scrub is branded?
one of the Kardashians was on my television during
So
the
wait, was
Flyers
John
game.
Stockton a superstar?
He was branded all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the dream team.
He was
on
not a
the dream
superstar.
team.
It doesn't matter. He
He's
was
an
That's his
all-time leading-
basketball acumen, yes.
And I'm sure he was doing Mormon ads out in Utah
was
or
not a
whatever the hell he was doing.
superstar.
All right, I
If
actually
he
agree.
wasn't doing more
If you're on the
ads,
dream
he's
team, you're on a superstar.
Hey.
Hi. How you guys doing? I want to settle this debate right now because I agree with John Stockton, though. He literally walked through Barcelona during the Dream Team and was not recognized by
Nobody would
anyone,
know who he
including
is.
a woman who was wearing a Dream Team shirt. And he goes, "Oh, who's your favorite player?" And his kids had to say, "Oh, our daddy's on that shirt." So I love John Stockton, but he wasn't a superstar.
All right, fine. I'm not going to die on that
Not
hill.
a
I don't care.
superstar.
He was on the dream team.
You did have my attention with Mountain Dew, though.
You did?
Not
Can we
Janet
talk about that
Jackson.
more?
Nipple
I'm
slip?
telling you. There's this has been a week of eye-opening experiences.
You guys are so weird.
And you guys are superstars, every one of you in our book that sticks around with the John Kincade Show. We do appreciate you. We love it that you follow along on social media. Love it that you're watching on YouTube and Twitch and you're streaming that app and you spend more time with us every week. You are much appreciated. We hope that everybody has an amazing weekend. Monday could be a little bit hairy with the weather, so you make sure that you're with us, though, at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, right off the bat, no matter where you are listening on the app or whatever. So for the coach, Eric Camille, and Pat Egan, and Jamie Lynch, and Bob Cooney, I'm John Kincade. We greatly appreciate your patronage. Be back next week for the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5